Two of our four-game Georgia Elite Classic, and we kick off with the Senior All-Stars, the Senior American and the Senior National teeing it up here in the final game of the 2022 season. And Nige Wilkins joins me in the booth. And for these guys, their last chance. Yes. This is the last chance to have a live game to put on tape for college football recruiters. So it's a big day for these guys.
Certainly is, and I can't wait. So many playmakers out here to talk about. Darius Cannon, Region Specialist of the Year for Region 8. You got Harlem Diamond, won Class 4A Offensive Player of the Year, and a little something special down the line when we reveal our scores top 10. Also, Cam Vaughn's also really been impressive. I've heard throughout these practices he's been performing really well. Can't wait to see him in action for Temple.
Yeah, Cam Vaughn, a dual-threat quarterback who's going to be playing some wide receiver today. Yes. So an opportunity to get some wide receiver play on tape for college coaches, since that's the position that he's projecting for the next level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't wait to see him play in practice. He was really impressive, ran some great routes. So another guy that I think is going to have a big day today.
Another guy to keep an eye on is Kell lineman Josh Big Bear Barker, one of the top defensive players in the state, under-recruited because of his size, but a chance for him to get out there and do some things today.
Yes, he certainly had a lot of damage this year, 19 sacks, really good in the interior of that defensive line, really made some great pressures this year, and he's really nimble. If you look at his size, 270, can really get off blocks really well. He's very fluid in his movement, so that's another guy to keep an eye on as well.
So the Senior All-Star game is next. Let's send it down to Kaylee Mansell.
You think this weather can't get any better? It does. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather report brought to you by Sports Turf. It is currently 65 degrees, and it seems like there is not a cloud in the sky. So many people have come up to me today like, wow, what awesome weather we have. And considering, 5 or 6 years ago, I was out there doing the chains when it was not only freezing but raining. I told myself I was never going to come back to work another Georgia Elite Classic, but I sure am glad that I did, because this weather today makes up for it. Now let's go ahead and go to breaks. We got football coming up right after this.
Hey, is the power off on this?
I don't know. Just take it off.
Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at georgiaconstructioncareers.com.
Welcome to Chicken Salad Chick.
I've been looking for love. I forgot what I missed, but I remember that high. First thing I'd say, this is pure, this is perfect. Something nothing else can do, just you. So give me you.
There's no place like the Chick.
The Georgia Elite Classic is sponsored by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Transform your future today. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 613, Atlanta's Electricians. Rome and Floyd County, where the rivers meet and the mountains begin. Chicken Salad Chick, serving a dozen varieties of chicken salad, all made from scratch. And by Rick Hendrick Chevrolet Duluth. Rick Hendrick Chevrolet Duluth, the #1 Chevy dealership in the state of Georgia with over 10,000 positive online reviews.
And back in Rome, they're doing the player introductions here for the Senior All-Star game, divided once again into the National and the American Conference. The American will be wearing the Navy jerseys today, and the National will be wearing the white. And these two teams are coached by players very familiar to high school fans around the state. The American team being coached by Corey Jarvis, who's now the head coach at Lithia Springs. Won 19 and 69 in his 16 seasons. Corey Jarvis took Mays to the 2014 state championship game, so he'll be heading up the American roster today. And Boo Mitchell, one of the greatest wide receivers in Vanderbilt history, now an assistant coach at North Gwinnett, the president of the Gwinnett Football League, will be head coach of the national team wearing the white today. But a lot of great talent to watch as you see the American roster being introduced. Ben Guthrie's a guy that I know a lot of buzz about Ben Guthrie this week, a senior quarterback out of Alpharetta High School. He's been offered by Tufts, Birmingham Southern Berry, Alpharetta's all-time passing leader. He's a guy who's under the radar recruiting-wise, looking for a bigger and better offer.
Yeah, I agree. Ben Guthrie had a great season this year. Competed for a region title, came up a little bit short there against Roswell, but a guy that can really sling the football this year. He had 38 touchdowns, 3,365 yards, so a guy that can really sling the football. Looking for a big day today from him.
The other quarterbacks on the roster for the American team, Daniel Gray, the senior out of Marietta, will be lining up for the American roster today as well.
Yes, and went back and forth. I think Chase McCravey had the starting role. I believe he lost it about mid-season, and Daniel Gray took over for kind of that playoff run for Marietta, and is looking to kind of put his stamp on this game as well.
Offensive lineman Corey Mays out of Brookwood, committed to Georgetown. Jalen Walton, who played for state finalist Carrollton, has got an offer from Tuskegee. These are the guys that will be blocking up front for the quarterbacks.
I think what's going to be interesting to see in this game is that offensive line for the American against that national defense. That national defense during practices really impressed me. The interior defensive line with Joshua Barker, I think Daniel Chavez, look for him on the edge. He may have a big game. But that offensive line against that defensive line, obviously you can't blitz in the game, in the All-Star game, but look out for that matchup today as well.
And Tyler Dowdett is a guy that's probably got more offers than anybody else on that offensive line for the American roster. A 6'5", 280 senior offensive lineman out of Woodstock with 22 offers, including Georgia State, Georgia Southern, and Akron.
Very impressive for him. And he's a guy that's on the offensive line that, really finishes his blocks, very aggressive at the point of attack, and the guy I think he's going to have a big day as well.
You see James Foster, the senior offensive tackle out of Adairsville, being introduced here, and they'll go through the national roster here in just a moment. But this is really a big game. These guys have wrapped up their high school football careers. They're not going to play any more games. They don't have any more game opportunities to put on tape, and to be playing in a game that's on television certainly affords them a great opportunity as they head into January and February. And, of course, the next signing day is that first Wednesday in February. So these next 4 weeks are going to be very critical for them as they try to find a landing spot for their college football career.
Yeah, you have to lay it all on the line. I mean, this is your last chance to play high school football in front of your parents, in front of your families. Definitely want to lay it all on the line for the players. And this is your last opportunity to show, hey, this is what I can do, coach. I'm coachable. I can make these plays. I'm good on and off the field. So I think this is a great opportunity for all the seniors. Some of those that are, as you alluded to, underrated and kind of under-recruited. It's going to really heat up in the next couple of months. And with Saturday kind of around the corner, February, you'll blink, it'll be here. So I think it's big for them. A guy I'm kind of eyeing, though, on the national team I really wanted to highlight, too, I'm looking out for is 23, Vakari Swain for Central. He had a really good season. He caught the ball really well. 655 yards, 7 touchdowns. It was really good defensively. I believe he was top 10 tied in the state. He had 6 interceptions. He had 2 blocked field goals, and he also had a couple of forced fumbles.
Well, the interesting thing about Vakari Swain is that he has already signed with South Carolina. He's the highest-rated prospect in this game, a 24/7 Sports Composite 4-star, number 10 rated athlete in the country, number 24 rated prospect in the state of Georgia. He chose the Gamecocks, signed with South Carolina back on December 21st, over 15 other offers, yet he's still playing in this game today.
It's unbelievable. You're like, oh, well, why would he play if he's already signed and he's already locked and loaded to go? But obviously he still loves the game of football and he wants to really show his talent. So I can't wait to see what he does on the defensive side of the ball. Another guy, too, for me, Jackson Doyle. We seen him earlier this year, Corky Kell Classic, 274 yards, 2 touchdowns for him when they won against Fellowship Christian. So, again, the player that had a great season this year, what can he show kind of in this game over there for the national side as well?
Certainly, 2 teams will be highly motivated today. There will be nothing lackadaisical or relaxed about this game for these seniors today as they put it out there for the final time and a chance to maybe catch a coach's eye. Yes. We're in the middle of college bowl season. And I know a lot of college coaches, probably have their eyes on this game and other all-star games around the nation, especially some of those mid-major programs or lower mid-major programs that we're kind of waiting to see what happens with the big teams and waiting to see what happens with the transfer portal. And now, after the transfer portal, that's been in progress now for the entire month of December, and I think the first week of January, those guys in the transfer portal can start taking visits to campuses. So in January, things are going to start open up.
Yes.
Pieces are going to start falling into place. And I think this second signing day that we're going to have, we had the first December 21st. We'll have the second on that first Wednesday of February. I think it's actually February 1st. That's probably going to be the biggest second signing day we've had since we went to this system where we had two signing days.
Easily. I totally agree. The early signing days is great for players. You see a lot of the five-star sign, Justice Hayes, the Caleb Downs of this year. And the second signing day is almost, as you mentioned, another opportunity for the players, in this game here to showcase their talent, to show, hey, I can do this for you, coach. I can make this play. And I think it's really great. So it just gives them another opportunity to show what they can do. And I can't wait for the second signing and see where some of these guys end up. But speak, Matt, to kind of what is the importance? This is my first ever Georgia Elite Classic, but I hear a lot of fans, I hear families, parents raving about the event. What stands out from it from other showcases like the Georgia, Florida Classic, the Under Armour All-American game? What's different from the Georgia Elite Classic, and why do a lot of players enjoy playing in it?
Well, I can just speak from personal experience, and for the first time ever in my life, I'm going to have a relative playing in the junior game. Wilson Reagan, a center with Eagles Landing Christian, and
awesome.
His dad, it's the first time I've ever called a game with a relative involved in it, a cousin, and his dad called me, and I said my recommendation was, because Wilson had a number of different opportunities, my recommendation was, well, talk to the players, talk to the people who've played in this before, and what would they say? And some of the players, guys like DJ Chester and Zachariah Owens, who played at Eagles Landing Christian with him. Zachariah signed with Clemson, DJ signed with LSU. They recommended a Georgia Elite Classic from the exposure standpoint. And that's when you get down to it. That's what the kids are looking for. The honor of an all-star game is great. The exposure, the chance to put yourself out there to be seen so that you can play at the next level at a place where you want to play and can flourish as a college football player, that's what they're really out here for today. That's what makes the Georgia Elite Classic special.
I totally agree with you. I think that's what makes it different, that exposure, show people, what you can do out on the field. So I can't wait. It looks like we're going to be getting started momentarily here, and it looks like we're in store for a great game.
And the weather is just spectacular. So after what we went through over the last week with the frigid temperatures, and you were thinking, wow, how's that going to impact the game? We have a spring-like day here for the final Thursday of December in the year of 2022. So just a great weather day for these kids to go out there and play. In fact, we might have some cramp situations because for the last 2 months they've been playing in colder weather, and now the weather is going to heat up on them today. So that'll be something to watch for. Hopefully they've been hydrating all week getting ready for the event.
Yeah, definitely. And then the state championship games, it was very humid. And
you saw it a lot.
Cramps. Yeah,
we saw it a lot in the state finals.
Yes, sir. And then crazily, I was up here on Monday, and Monday it actually was snowing out. So it's kind of incredible. I got to think the weather gods of this great fabulous weather for these players to play.
So it looks like we're going to see the white team, which is the Nationals, taking on the Americans here. So the Nationals are going to get the ball on offense to start this game. There are no live kickoffs, so they'll kick it off, and they typically have offensive linemen back there receiving the kicks just for fun, but the ball gets placed at the 25-yard line. That's to, of course, avoid any kind of injury. The kickoff, of course, being the most dangerous play in the game of football. So they stay away from the live kickoff, and the Nationals going to go on offense at the 25 following this opening kickoff.
Yes, can't wait to see them get out on the field.
This is one of the little quirks of the game.
Yep.
They send doesn't look like they have the linemen back there. Typically, they put the linemen. They got some big guys back there.
Yeah, it looks like they have maybe a couple DBs, athletes back there, looks like.
So the ball is going to come out to the 25-yard line, and we'll see the national team led by head coach Boo Mitchell on offense to start this game. And that was Swain right there, Bakari Swain. Speaking of him, you can see how gigantic he is compared to a lot of the other players.
Yeah, he is.
But that was Bakari Swain who was back there taking that kickoff. And I wonder how much we'll see of him in this game, given that he's already signed his college scholarship with South Carolina, but he wanted to be a part of the roster and come out here and play. So Keegan Stover, the quarterback out of Rabun County, is going to begin the game at quarterback.
Stover, again, had a great season for Rabun County. Looks like we're going to get it.
Handoff goes to the far side. That's Cardell Rudolph on the carry. And Rudolph barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Great pursuit to the football there from the American side.
Rudolph, a 5'11", 192-pound senior running back out of Grovetown. He's been offered by Mercer and Stetson. Picked up a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. But Stover started his career at West Forsyth, transferred to Rabun County for his senior year. As Rudolph gets the handoff, runs through the hole, and Rudolph picks up the 1st down at the 43-yard line.
Great run there by Rudolph there. Followed his blocks, got the 1st down. Great start for him.
So a couple of carries by Rudolph to get this game started. It's 1st and 10 from the 43. Stover been offered by Mars Hill, Bluefield State, and Shorter among the offers. And again, looking for that bigger offer after passing for over 3,600 yards this season.
Yes.
First pass attempt for him is complete out on the edge and up to the 48-yard line. Tyler Honeycutt out of Mount Pisgah with the catch and run.
Yes, nice little bubble screen there. Kind of get, Stover going a little bit. Get him an easy throw. Try to get him a little bit of a rhythm.
So, going to bring up 2nd down, and it's going to be less than 7. It's going to be about more like 7, maybe more like 6 or 5 yards to go here at the ball at the 48.
And we're in shotgun here.
Stover looks one way, goes through his progression tree, then fires in the middle.
Pass.
It's caught at the 39-yard line, and down to the 29 is Aiden Ruck.
Yes, Aiden Ruck, 2 North Forsyth players in this game. Aiden Ruck is one of them at tight end position, also Logan Curry. They were phenomenal this season for North Forsyth in the receiving game.
Yeah, this
Great
game
connection
is
there.
Yeah, it's a big game for a guy like Aiden Ruck, who suffered an injury early in the season and missed about half of the season, came back strong, helped lead them to that 1st-round playoff victory over Blessed Trinity.
Huge.
So 1st and 10. Firing and incomplete.
Fires on that one.
Was looking for Darius. Well, actually, that's 88. 82. Pardon me. That's
Curry.
Logan Curry.
Okay.
Getting ready to say that's not Darius Cannon, but that's Logan Curry, the other North Forsyth player in the game that you were just mentioning.
Yes, actually had 1,514 yards all-purpose this season, return kicks as well. Really great receiver for them and in the return game.
He's been offered by Pikeville. He's got some interest from Tennessee Tech, Wofford, Sanford, and West Georgia. So 2nd down.
Got a run here.
And Rudolph on the cutback has the 1st down and more, down close to the 15-yard line.
Looks like that's enough for a 1st down. They're moving the chains. Rudolph up to 3 carries now.
Yeah, Cardell Rudolph off to a good start in this game. In the red zone, presented by Chick-fil-A Chicken Salad Chick, pardon me. So 1st and 10.
Nice
Stover completes it to Honeycutt, who gets a couple of yards on the play.
Short gain. So they got some players coming in. Darius Cannon looks like one of them coming in. Potentially Swain as well.
Actually lost a couple of yards on the play, back to the 18. 2nd down and 11. Yeah, Swain is splitting out to the top of your screen.
Yep, and Cannon is on
actually the bottom of your screen, top of the field as we look at it from our angle. Stover being flushed out of the pocket,
him in.
throwing on the run.
Oh.
Caught incomplete.
Wow.
In and out of the hands. James Somerset, I believe, was the intended target.
Great.
Wide receiver out of Liberty County.
Great job there by Stover to extend the play, keep his eyes downfield as he started to kind of get open there. Really hit him right there in the hands. Just couldn't come up with it. But a great play by Stover.
Brings up 3rd down and 11 from the 18. Swain stays in the game. He'll split to the bottom of your screen. And Ruck is in there as well, lined up in the slot. Stover throws, and it's caught at the 5-yard line, and that'll be enough for the 1st down.
Great catch there from Darius Cannon. Keep the drive alive there on that 3rd down. He gets going early. So they got a couple players coming in now.
Yeah, Cannon out of Gainesville led the Red Elephants to the 6A finals, been offered by Kentucky and UNLV.
Yes, an elite talent. Again, Region Specialist of the Year for Region 8. Had multiple kickoff returns for touchdowns.
So 1st and goal to go with the ball at the 7.
Going to feed
Rudolph. Stutter step, cuts inside, down inside the 5 to the 4. Tyshawn Johnson making the tackle for the American.
Colin Jackson on the stop.
So 2nd down and goal from the 4. Nice opening drive here by the National as they have moved it from the 25-yard line.
And they hand it off.
Rudolph gets the handoff, lunges forward, and touchdown.
Touchdown. Great opening drive there from the national team. They get right down there and score. Keegan Stover made some great throws on that drive, and also Rudolph some big runs.
Yeah, Rudolph plunges in from 4 yards out. And it's 6-0 National.
And PAT, it's good.
7-0 lead for the National. 75-yard drive for the National right out the gate. And a good start for them as the American goes on offense when we get back.
I'm attorney Ken Nugent. Winning car wreck cases is what we do. Check out a few of our big wins.
I fractured my back and they got me $315,000. How about you?
I needed hip surgery and they got me $482,000. How about you?
I needed multiple surgeries and the Ken Nugent Law Firm got me $1 million.
Our job is to maximize the value of your case. One call, that's all.
Call 1-800-CALL-KEN.
What's the biggest sales event of the year? Why, it's Toyotathon, of course, and it's at Beaver Toyota. Watch this. We have tons of fresh new inventory. Shop online where you can chat live with the product specialist. Watch a live walk-around video of any vehicle. Obtain our lowest price and value your trade-in within minutes. Get financing, too. Don't forget, we can deliver your new Toyota within hours. You save time and you save money. The biggest sale of the year and the very best way to buy your next vehicle. Only at Beaver Toyota and Cumming.
Underway here in Rome with the Senior All-Star Game. National takes a 7-0 lead. You see the Breda Pest Management scoring summary, 11 plays, 70 yards, and a 4-yard touchdown run for Rudolph. As Rudolph carries 5 times for 32 yards in that opening scoring drive. Stover was 4 of 6 for 38 yards passing, and now we'll see the American team go on offense for the first time today. So they'll set the ball down at the 30-yard line. So going with the 30-yard line rather than the 25-yard line. Previous game, they were setting it down at the 25, so a different rule change here for the seniors.
Yes, cannot wait to see this team, the American team in action right here. A lot of great playmakers on this side of the ball for them as well. See if they can kind of follow up that great drive from the national team.
To the air they go right away and complete at the 48-yard line. Ben Guthrie with the strike and the first down.
Great catch there from Devon Green from Lithia Springs. Really got up high there, high pointed the football. And he's going to keep going for a first down. Another player to watch for is number 11, Ethan Christian. He was a part of that trio for Prince Avenue Christian that had 3 1,000-yard receivers. So that's a player to keep an eye on also the receivers side.
1st and 10, handoff. Coming to the near side on the run,
Diamond.
And that's a first down for Diamond. Harlem Diamond, who led Cedartown to the 4A finals this year, been offered by Morehouse, picks up the first down. So 2 quick snaps gets him well across the 50-yard line.
Yes, already in national territory.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Got Chris Elko in the slot. Another guy that plays really well on TV.
Guthrie in trouble.
And
quarterback
that's going to be a
sack,
face
flag
mask.
out on the quarterback sack. And looks like you're right. We will have a penalty on that play. But that was Terry Michael out of Southeast Bullock.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. 15 yards from the dead ball spot. We'll replay first down.
And there's a look at Tim Smith, our referee, and the rest of the officials working this senior all-star game. It's presented by HendricksCars.com. So instead of the quarterback sack, the face masking penalty on Michael. And that gives him the ball at the 34, 1st and 5.
Looks like the bottom of the screen. Ethan Christian has 1-on-1. Going to run a screen here.
Complete out on the edge.
Hit Culat, Xavier Culat from North Gwinnett. Nice first down play to get some yardage going.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 34-yard line. Guthrie goes to the far sideline, and a nice catch right there on the sideline by Christian.
Great adjustment to the ball. Was definitely not an easy catch.
Ethan Christian had a big state finals game in the Wolverines' victory over Swainsboro to win the Single A Division I championship. He, along with Josh Britt and Bailey Stockton.
Yeah,
quarterback Aaron Philo.
Could you imagine playing in a state title game with a broken collarbone?
That's exactly what Bailey Stockton did. Ball out on the far sideline. Christian goes up to get it. They're going to rule it incomplete.
Man, what a play. I mean, that's great ball placement there from Ben Guthrie and also good adjustment to the ball.
I'd like to see this again. I thought he came down with it.
Me too.
And
that's a
his
catch.
foot was down. That's a catch.
That's definitely a catch.
I think we might have a challenge here.
Yeah, that's a catch.
Yeah, there goes the challenge flag from the coaching staff over there on the American side, and rightfully so. That was clearly not even close to not being a catch.
They wasted no time there. And from the looks of it, it looks like that'll set them up right in the red zone.
Yeah, he clearly had his feet in bounds, and the only thing that would be in question is, does he have control? It looks like he's got the body pinned, has the ball pinned against his body.
Not very much movement there. Normally you'll see in that kind of situation maybe the ball move, but I didn't see any ball movement there. I think he held into the ball good, pinned against his shoulder pad.
Yeah, that might be the only reason they might let the call on the field stand is you saw the ball sliding up his arm a little bit.
Yes,
but he did stick the landing, and it looks like the play is going to be overruled, and it's going to be a catch at the 6.
Glad they challenged that. We got the call right.
After review, the receiver caught the ball, got 1 foot down in bounds, maintained possession. It'll be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Well, hopefully reviews will be that easy when they implement that in the Georgia High School Association in the couple of years. Hopefully that's going to happen. Hopefully it's going to happen this year. Red Zone presented by Chicken Salad Chick. And 1st and goal to go for the American at the 5-yard line.
It looks like they're running that certain formation.
And caught in the backfield, loss of yardage, and that was Big Bear Barker who blew that play up. He might not get credit for the tackle, but he's the guy that blew it up.
Great penetration there from the defensive line. Barker gets in there early.
Grant Bullard, I think, from Rome. This is his home field. He was the guy who made the stop. 2nd down and goal from the 9.
Got some play action here. It's open.
Guthrie throwing and caught. No, dropped.
Wow, that was a beautiful play design. Got Ben Guthrie on a bootleg there. Hit his open target, just couldn't come down with it.
That was Luke Forehand out of Slag County, who earned GPB All Finals honors on the defensive side of the ball. He couldn't hold on to it, however. And now it's going to be 3rd down and goal.
Curious to see what they're going to call here. 3rd down. See if they get Christian involved here at the wideout position.
Guthrie going to run it up the middle and going to be stopped at the 4.
Just short. Great short tackle there.
So now they have decision to make here. I bet they go for it. They spot it down at the 3, and it's going to be 4th and goal to go.
Yeah, I think you have to go for it there. 4th and 3. You definitely want to answer up the drive that the National just had with the touchdown. The play did open up for Guthrie, just couldn't get quite to the end zone. Definitely was an open lane. He made the right decision.
Chris Roper is the running back.
Looks like we got a motion.
Guthrie fires, and is it caught for a touchdown?
Yes,
it is. Touchdown.
Xavier
Culotte with the touchdown catch.
Great throw there. Hopefully we can see a replay. Looked like that was a tight window potentially that he threw it into. Let's see the replay on this one.
That was a very tight window. Threw it low, and Kalut comes up with the catch.
That's a good
Looked like
throw.
the ball might have even been tipped going through there, and Kalut comes up with the catch.
Yes, I was able to watch Guthrie actually in some of the practices. I mean, he has a great zip on the football, really pinpoint accurate with his throws, and, you know, he has a great deep ball as well. So a guy that really impressed on that drive as they look here to tie it up, make it a 7-0.
Danny Elrod with the PAT. And the young man out of Brookwood ties it up with the extra point. So tied at 7 with just under 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter. As we take a look at the senior American team resume, head coach Corey Jarvis. He's the AD and head coach at Lithia Springs. They have 36 different schools represented on the team, led by Class A Offensive Player of the Year Harlem Diamond out of Cedartown, Region 7 6A Player of the Year Ben Guthrie from Alpharetta, and 4 of the 5 total senior invites coming from Brookwood, including Danny Elrod right there, who just kicked the PAT.
Yeah, it's a very impressive Brookwood team. A lot of players we got on the roster from them. Again, Ben Guthrie, just seen on that drive, makes a great throw. And Diamond also got, I think, a carry on that drive as well for a first down. Great drive. It looks like we're in for a good game.
Yeah, Guthrie goes 5 for 6, 51 yards. As you take a look at the Breda Pest Management scoring summary, it was 10 plays, 70 yards, just under 4 minutes, and Kalut with the 3-yard touchdown reception. It was one of 2 catches for Kalut on the drive. Ethan Christian had the big reception that set it up, a 25-yard catch down to the 5-yard line that set up the eventual touchdown.
You think on this drive they're going to lean a little bit more on Rudolph there as they kind of leaned on him in the first
Well, we'll
drive?
wait and see. Does Rudolph come back out? So it depends on how they decide to sub in the players. Keegan Stover is still in there at quarterback. Looks like we might have a different running back.
It's like Jalen Liley from Charlton County. Looks like the running back right now.
Stover goes to the air, slings it out to the far side, and picks up about 5 or 6 on the play. Billy Simpson, Zarian Billy Simpson with the catch.
From Coffee.
Cam Vaughn on the stop. Christian Harris on the stop as well.
So he picked up about 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4.
Looks like on the top right, got Rook out there, got Simpson and Cannon in the game. They're going to hand it now to Liley.
And that'll be a 4-yard gain. Running back out of Charlton County, he's drawing interest from App State.
Jalen Lilly on the carry.
Lilly, 5'10", 205. And it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Abdul Hakim on the stop.
It's like 3rd and short. Curious to see what they're going to call here. Looks like they're going to stick in the shotgun formation.
I would expect you go Lilly here with a short, try to pick up that short 1 yard. Stover stops, looks over to the sideline. Stover completed just under 62% of his passes this season for Rabun County. And going to go deep on the 3rd and 1. It probably felt like a 4th down play. We're going for it right here. They misfired on the 3rd and 1.
Surprised he didn't throw there. Looks like he had someone kind of open up there at the bottom of the screen.
Well, they were trying to go to Vakari Swain on the deep route.
It's overshot him.
And now it's going to be 4th down and 1, and so they're going to go for it. They figured they had a play to burn right there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Matt. I think you definitely have to give it to Lilly here. They might do a QB sneak, which they will.
And Stover, is he going to get it? I think he's going to get it. He had to get it over the 40, and I think he picked up just enough. Looked like he might be stopped and then gave some second effort on the play and picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, did a great job there keeping the legs churning. And it looks like they're going to mark it for a 1st down. Great play there from Stover to keep his legs churning and get the 1st down.
So Stover with the quarterback keeper, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 40. Stover 5 of 8 passing for 44 yards to start the game. Threw for just under 7,500 yards in his career, spanning West Forsyth and then Rabun County.
Yeah, throwing to some dynamic weapons there in Rabun County too with Jaden Gibson, perhaps one of the best receivers in state history.
Daniel Jolly with the catch and run. Picks up the 1st down at the 46. Well, statistically, Gibson was. He broke the state's all-time receiving record set by Stan Rome of Valdosta some 50 years earlier, actually 49 years earlier to be exact.
Yeah, a great season from him. He's a Virginia committee. He actually signed, I believe, early signing day on the 21st. And then for Stover, too, a great season for him. 41 touchdowns, actually, this season. So really was airing the ball out. That offense was a force to be reckoned with.
Still looking for that big offer, though. He'll go down to the 2nd signing day before he signs. Stover going to step up in the pocket.
Ooh.
Heavy rush, and he's going to take a sack back at the 49-yard line.
Man, that was a big hit right there.
He had like 3 guys hit him at the same time.
Looks like that was Luke Forehand there from Schley County.
And I think Jackson Banks was in on that thing as well, number 99. Yeah, Banks was the guy, I think, who got him first, and then Forehand came in there and cleaned it up. So now 2nd down and 10. Stover followed in the footsteps of Gunnar Stockton at Rabun County. Dancing around back there, looking downfield and firing. It's caught at the 43. And that's Jake Redmond out of Hebron Christian with the catch.
Good initial time from the offensive line to kind of give some time to go downfield. Didn't look like it was any receivers open, but again, he's showing this kind of ability to extend plays, kind of get there on the outside and kind of make a play. So good job there not getting the sack and getting that third and manageable.
So 3rd down and 5. Line to gain is the 38. They've already converted once on 4th down in this series. Lilly gets the handoff, and Lilly going to pick up the 1st down and more down to the 26.
Nice physical run there from Lilly. Good play call. Nice run off the right side there.
Nice strong run by Jalen Lilly, 5'10", 205 senior. Played for the Charlton County Indians this past season. So 1st and 10.
Looks like we got Alec Rowe now in the game, split out to the left side of the screen.
Lilly gets it again, and Lilly plunges forward for a couple of more yards inside the 25 to the 24.
Colin Jackson in on the stop.
So 2nd down from the 24. Final half minute of this 1st quarter. We're tied at 7.
Yes, and the national team is threatening once again. Another great job they've put together so far.
National team in the white, the American team in the blue. Stover fires complete to Ruck, and Ruck gets dropped at the 20-yard line.
So that's going to take us to the end of the 1st quarter. Great 1st quarter from both teams. Offenses are rolling so far, and looks like we're in store for another good game.
Absolutely. Both teams have had a possession and scored, and the National in the middle of their 2nd possession and driving. That's the end of 1 quarter in Rome. Tied at 7.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
Hendrick.
Let's get loud. Score huge savings at Rick Hendrick Chevrolet Duluth, the #1 Chevy dealer in Georgia. Thousands of new trucks and SUVs available. So get off the bench and into a new ride. From selection to savings, it's no wonder we've got over 10,000 positive online reviews. But hurry, touchdown deals won't last. Experience the Hendrick difference today. Find new roads at HendrickAtlanta.com.
In sports, an edge is everything. Hard work, practice.
Just stay focused out there.
It all adds up for your athletes. But what about your field? The right surface is a powerful advantage that allows them to train effectively and safely.
Here we go.
And when the lights come on, your team will be ready to win. You bring the vision, we'll bring it to life. Sports Turf.
This is how we do it. Start of the 2nd quarter. National American tied at 7 here in the senior all-star game. Georgia Elite Classic. Stover still in there, quarterback. He's 8 of 11 so far.
Going deep.
Going for the end zone and broken up at the goal line.
Nice PBU there. CJ Ware there from Stars Mill. Great pass break up there. Looks like he was defending Darius Cannon. Great play on the ball. All right, we got a 4th and 4 here. Curious to see what they call. Lily's in the backfield.
Line to gain is the 16. Fake a handoff to Rudolph and throw, and a diving catch for the first down at the 9-yard line by Vakari Swain.
Got to have it play. Vakari Swain comes up big again. South Carolina commit. Again, really impressed with this season this year. Played both of the sides extremely well. Good offensively. 655 yards receiving this year, 7 touchdowns, and defensively with his 6 interceptions.
And not just a commit, but a signee.
Signee, yes.
Signee on December 21st. He is officially a member of the South Carolina Gamecocks program. So 1st and 10, ball at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal to go, I should say. Lilly gets the handoff, and Lilly a couple of yards on the play down to the 7.
Lilly once again on the carry.
That was the 4th carry of the game for Lilly.
Looks like we're going to get Rudolph back in the game as well. Spells Lilly out of the game.
Rudolph has been the leading rusher through the first quarter. 5 carries for 32 yards. He'll line up next to Stover. Play action, firing, just broken up right there at the goal line. Nice play at the goal line.
Pass ball is incomplete.
Let's look at it again.
Broken up by Darius Cannon.
Yeah, Darius Cannon back there playing DB.
Wow.
Now it's going to be 3rd down and goal. I believe the target was Zarian Simpson out of Coffee. So now it's 3rd down and goal from the 7. These all-star games can be a challenge sometimes because you've got players jumping back and forth on offense and defense.
Yes, actually.
A lot more than you typically do.
Actually, Adonis Garcia from Woodstock, the PBU there.
Stover going to run it right up the middle for the score. Keegan Stover takes it in.
That's 2 touchdowns for him on the day.
That puts the National back on top 13-7.
I mean, he's really impressing with his running ability as well. I mean, his ability to extend plays, look downfield, make the throw there, just kind of just takes it, sees an opening, takes it in for the touchdown.
He's a big kid, 6'4", 220, just looking for that opportunity. You can see he can be a very physical running quarterback as well as Elrod pops through the PAT. And it's 14-7, National leading the American.
Yeah, he has a great frame, 6'4". I think he would have, as you mentioned, more offense.
Senior team resume is presented by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, Boot Mitchell, the head coach, wide receivers coach at North Gwinnett, one of the greatest all-time wide receivers in Vanderbilt history, left as the all-time passing leader. 37 different programs represented on this roster. Big Bear Baker out of Kell, all-time sack and TFL leader in Kell history, had 19 sacks to lead the state this past year. Darius Cannon, the Region 8 6A Specialist of the Year. And Vakari Swain, signed with South Carolina, 2-time All-State honoree.
American's going to take over now.
And the American Conference team will take it.
Both teams haven't been stopped yet. 3 scores, 3 possessions.
And a Breda Pest Management scoring summary, 15 plays, 70 yards. Stover takes it in from 7 yards out, and a 7+ minute drive as well. Included a 4th down conversion by Stover on a quarterback keeper to keep the 70-yard drive going. So the American back on offense.
Looks like Daniel Gray's in at quarterback from Marietta.
Going to come out firing and complete to the edge. Man breaks free down the sideline and finally caught at the 36-yard line, Cam Vaughn.
The guy, man, you were talking up, Temple, guy that really impressed his coaches in practices this week. And you see there kind of that burst of speed and that playmaking ability when it gets the ball in his hands.
Dual threat quarterback for Temple. He's been offered by Jacksonville State and Eastern Kentucky. testing out his skills at wide receiver today. Handoff right up the middle, some leather popping as he reaches the 32-yard line.
Looks like that was Diamond there from Cedartown. Getting some tough yardage.
Diamond had an incredible season leading Cedartown to the 4A finals. They came up a yard short in the state championship game. Huge goal line stand by Benedictine.
That was an impressive game.
Diamond again on the run down to the 30, and he'll pick up another couple of yards on the play.
Looks like we got an injury. Looks like Sean Shockley from Folly Branch went down.
Yep. So Shockley down on his backside while they tend to him. We'll step aside.
What's the biggest sales event of the year? Why, it's Toyotathon, of course, and it's at Beaver Toyota. Watch this. We have tons of fresh new inventory. Shop online where you can chat live with the product specialist. Watch a live walk-around video of any vehicle, obtain our lowest price, and value your trade-in within minutes. Get financing, too. Don't forget, we can deliver your new Toyota within hours. You save time, and you save money. The biggest sale of the year and the very best way to buy your next vehicle. Only at Beaver Toyota and Cumming.
You have an eye for fashion. If your dream is to design clothes or study the business side of fashion marketing, then you should call American Intercontinental University. Discover how the fashion design and marketing degree programs at AIU can help you explore how to evolve your skills and take your passion and creativity to the next level. Call AIU today and get started. Call AIU at 888-751-6888 or text DESIGN to 21899.
Do you suffer from knee pain? Ever been diagnosed with osteoarthritis? Or worried about the risks involved with knee surgery?
It hurt all the time, like the nerves were rubbing against each other.
I was at the point of either replace my knees because I'm tired of this pain.
Get the relief you need without surgery. We're Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, the premier leaders in non-surgical knee pain treatments. Instead of surgically replacing your knees, our state-of-the-art procedures replenish the depleted natural cushioning in your joints with an FDA-approved shock-absorbing gel, without surgery and without downtime.
After the first injection, I knew it was going to work.
We've successfully treated thousands of patients. Medicare and most private insurance cover this procedure.
Full motion, no pain, walking, everything just back normal like it used to be.
Now with locations in Alpharetta, call 1-800-507-5019 for a free no-obligation knee pain assessment or go to arthritis-kneepain.com.
The Georgia Elite Classic is sponsored by Sports Turf. You bring the vision, we'll bring it to life. The Atlanta Falcons, rise up dirty birds. Gatorade, fuel tomorrow. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings. And by Personal Touch Lawn Care, the smallest details make the biggest difference.
We're able to get Sean Shockley to the sideline, and hopefully he's going to be okay.
Yes, hopefully not a serious injury for him.
They did take him to the medical tent. 14-7, National on top of the American trying to answer back. They have it 3rd down and 4 at the 30-yard line. Gray being chased. They're going to set up a screen and throws incomplete. Gray had to get it out of there in a hurry. He had 2 defenders in his face, and it's 4th and 4.
Yeah, looks like he had Tyson Brown from Rome in his home stadium barreling down on him, forced him to make a quick decision. Tried to get it out quick. Receiver's open, just kind of threw it a little high there.
So now 4th and 4, they're going for it here. Line to gain is the 26. First series of downs for Daniel Gray. And
looks like a penalty. Might be a false start.
False start on the offense, 5 yards. Still 4th down.
So now it's going to be 4th down and 9.
It's a big penalty.
Yep. It's really the first one out of the first 2 games that we've seen the entire day, which is pretty amazing that we haven't had more of those procedure and timing type penalties here in an all-star game where they've only practiced together, I think, 3 times.
Great point, Matt. But it looks like, what they were doing in those practices really well coached and no procedural or big penalties in this game.
So 4th down, Gray going up top, got a man open, caught over the shoulder, touchdown.
What a play.
Chris Elko out of Roswell with the touchdown catch.
And he does it again. Chris Elko, again, it loves TV in our big games this season. Region championship, 8 catches, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns against Alpharetta. In the playoff game, he had a touchdown, and then he answers the bell again. Great play here. Get to the pylon and extend. Chris Elko showing, once again, his talent.
On 4th and 9, Chris Elko somehow gets behind the defense, and Daniel Gray finds him for the touchdown toss. 35 yards, and now the PAT. And it's up and good.
Both teams exchanging blows so far. Offenses haven't been stopped. And so we might be in for a high-scoring game potentially.
Yeah, we've had 2 possessions for each team, 2 touchdowns for each team, and we're tied at 14. Chris Elko, the senior out of Marietta, kind of a jack of all trades for Coach Chris Pruitt's team.
I was really impressed with them this season. I mean, they played really a good Gainesville team. They went down, I believe, 3 touchdowns in that game, able to come back. That was a team that Chris Pruitt is doing down there. They are a really good, resilient bunch. When you go down big, able to kind of come back and keep forcing your will, great team.
Well, they were down big in the quarterfinals at Thomas County Central and came back and won, forcing that semifinal matchup against Gainesville. And game ended there practically on the goal line.
Yes.
Exciting finish as Gainesville punched their ticket to the state championship game.
Yeah, great year under Josh Neblett, 14-1 season. A lot of great playmakers. I thought Baxter Wright was great for them offensively, and Naeem Cheeks as well.
At the 30-yard line.
So they're building a good program down there.
Of course, Baxter Wright will be back. Very tough quarterback. Saw him play in the state championship game. Made great decisions, ran the ball well, passed it well enough, kept him in the game. It was a tight game and 35-28 victory for Langston Hughes.
Yes. And they get their first state title in history.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was a great game. I mean,
those guys will be back, too. They led by Air Nolan, the junior quarterback.
Oh, man, what a phenomenal season for him. 55 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. State title game only had 3 incompletions. All right, looks like we have to change a quarterback.
Going to run it here, and that's
great move.
Jackson Doya.
Wow, look at the move.
Breaking tackles, cutting back across the field.
And he does it again.
And still on his feet, and finally Sendoya is brought down at the 27-yard line. The great dual-threat quarterback out of Mount Pisgah.
Now that's impressive. Let's look at it again. Going past you, making you miss. Going to make you miss, too.
Passed for over 6,000 yards, rushed for over 1,600 yards in his career at Mount Pisgah. Puts on a show the first time he touches the ball here in the Georgia Elite Classic. It's 1st and 10 for the National at the 28.
Incredible. So we got a handoff here. Looks like DJ
Rogers out of nearby Pepperell with the carry. And Pepperell picks up a couple of yards. DJ Rogers, our injury report presented by Personal Touch Lawn Care. Unfortunately, Sean Shockley will not be able to return to this game.
Sad to see there. Hopefully he is okay.
Young man who has offered by Marist College. The Red Foxes have offered him. Hopefully things work out. Sendoya to the air. It's caught inside the 20.
And there's our guy again, Vicari Swain.
What a move by Swain. Kind of a swim move in the open field to make the defender miss.
Don't see that very often. That's more so for the defensive line.
Yeah, that's usually a defensive line move right here. Watch him with the swim move with the ball in his hand. Whoa.
Wow. Yeah,
1st and goal from the 9.
Just showing why, he's Power 5 SEC bound. Great
Red
player.
Zone presented by Chicken Salad Chick. And the National right back down there threatening to score. Sendoya to the air, complete on the screen. Ball is out, and it's going to be recovered, I believe. Let's see who got on top of it. The American believes they're on top of it, and indeed they are. It's a touchback.
What a big play.
Jolly caught the ball, had it squirt right out of his hands into the end zone, recovered by the American for a touchback.
And we have our first turnover of the game, first offense that's been stopped. Let's see.
Let's see if someone poked this out on the tackle.
Yes.
Right there.
Noah Holton, defensive back from Brookwood.
Yep.
Great play.
Holton just reached in there while making the tackle and raked down on the ball and forced it out of his hands. So a scoring opportunity missed by the National.
Yes.
They had it 1st and goal to go.
And they are now two of 3 in the red zone now. Big turnover. Let's see if they can convert it into points.
So Guthrie's back out there in quarterback.
So we got Roper there in the backfield from Adairsville. Christian is split wide.
Play action. Guthrie
going deep.
Going for the home run. Wide open. Couldn't connect. Darrell Bland out of Putnam County, like he was shot out of a cannon, but couldn't catch up with it.
Just a little bit too much there on the throw, but I mean, just look at it coming out of his hands. It's phenomenal. Just out of his reach.
He'd beaten the coverage. If Guthrie could have put it on him, it would have been 6.
Yes, easily.
So 2nd down and 10. Heavy rush. Guthrie in trouble. Going to take a sack. Dylan Thornton out of Brookstone with the quarterback sack.
Sacked by Dylan Thornton.
See that again. Yeah, just does a great job. Uses his hands, gets the offensive lineman off him, and rushes right to the quarterback. Great play there from Thornton. All right, now we're at 3rd and long, 3rd and 19. See what they can dial up here.
Line to gain is the 30. Guthrie rolling to his right, being chased by Thornton again. He got it again.
Another sack.
Back-to-back quarterback sacks for Dylan Thornton.
Uh-oh. Looks like we have a penalty on the play. That could potentially be a horse collar.
Guthrie again sacked by Thornton. However,
let's see what they call.
Personal foul, horse collar on a defense.
That's huge.
15 yards from the end of the run. We'll replay 3rd down.
That's a break.
He was actually double teamed on the play too. So good job of Thornton got you getting off, but just got too much inside and got a horse collar tackle. Man, that would have been the 2nd sack of the day.
Yeah, and the horse collar rule in high school football, as we found this season, doing it is different than the horse collar rule in college football. You don't have to grab from the pads. Guthrie going for Christian, can't catch up with it. Good coverage by Jordan Gant on the play. But if you just pull a player back by the jersey from that position, it doesn't have to be inside the pads like it has to be in college football or the NFL. If you just pull them back from the jersey.
Right.
Yeah, from behind, from the neck area. That's considered horse collar in high school football.
Well, Matt, you taught me.
I was surprised to find that out myself.
Yes, well, Matt, you taught me something new. I didn't even know that. That's very interesting to see. A lot of times you'll see, too, in high school, you'll see players, if they can't get you, they're going to kind of try to grab at you a little bit.
Yeah, well, you can pull from behind the jersey down low, but not up high around the neck area.
That makes sense.
And the punt is going to be finally fielded at the 48. So that's where the National is going to go on offense.
And definitely have to give credit to the National defense after the turnover there in the red zone, not allowing any points, forcing them into a punt. Big plays there from Dylan Thornton, who forced the sack on the other play, and now they're going to take over with some pretty good field position.
Yep, 48-yard line. So after fumbling the ball into the end zone for a touchback. They get it back. They're going to actually spot it, not at the 48, but the 46. Not sure why. I thought you had to have control of it, and that from that spot was where it would start, but they're going to put it at the 46. That might have been where it was first touched, but I thought you had to have control of it. Anyway, Sendoya back in there at quarterback, fires to the outside to Swain. Swain beats his man.
There he goes.
Swain inside the 20. There he goes.
What a play.
Bakari Swain breezes down the sideline for the touchdown.
And he does his dance. What a play by Swain. I mean, just a quick throw to Swain as we look on the replay right here. He's going to make the defender miss. Puts his foot in the ground. And after that, he's gone. I mean, this kid is impressive. Been showing it all game. He had the diving catch earlier, the other big play near the red zone, and now he has a touchdown to his credit.
Playing one final high school football game before starting his career with the South Carolina Gamecocks. And the kick is up and good. And a 21-14 lead for the National.
For the National Conference.
Interesting to see if American can answer back after that big play touchdown from the National side.
Well, the National has kind of, taken over this game a little bit. You can make the argument that they could be up 28-14 at this point because they fumbled the ball into the end zone. They had it first and goal to go. So the Americans got to put it together here.
Definitely. I think going on the next drive, they should lean on the run a little bit, kind of get that going, because it looks like the edge rushers starting to kind of get going for the National side. So see if you can kind of slow them down a little bit, get a couple runs in there, and then kind of let that build into the pass. So we'll see what they call in the next drive.
So the kick will come out to the 30-yard line, and that's where the American will go back on offense, and now a touchdown down again.
Looks like Gray is going to come back out for the American side.
And the birthday boy, Daniel Gray, celebrating his birthday today as we take a look at the Georgia Elite Classic scoreboard presented by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 613. In our 8th grade All-Star game, the National beat the American 28-14. And now we've got 2 more games to come. The juniors at 3:30, the freshmen versus the sophomores at 6:15.
So we got a little wildcat there. Cam Vaughn takes a direct snap.
Vaughn gonna work hard to pick up 5 yards on the play.
Big hit on the sideline.
The scoring summary presented by Breda Pest Management. It took just 1 play. Bakari Swain on the 46-yard touchdown catch from Jack Sendoya. So Vaughn picked up about 8 on the play. They set it down at the 37. Make it 7 and call it 2nd and 3.
Got Elko again in the slot.
Gray fires and complete on the edge at the 40-yard line to Bland. That should be enough for the first down. So 1st and 10, ball at the 40. 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Game 2 of our 4-game extravaganza here in Rome, the Georgia Elite Classic. Pocket set up for Gray, going deep and incomplete at the 20-yard line.
Great coverage there from the defense.
Elko was the target.
Safety came over top. It's like Ike Anude from South Gwinnett. Trying to prevent the deep shot.
Second down and 10.
It's like Diamond's going to come back into the game. I think he's had about 2 or 3 carries so far on the day.
Yeah, Diamond 4 carries for 15 total yards. Gray is 3 for 5 passing for 35 yards. And the handoff goes to Harlem Diamond, trying to get to the outside. And Diamond bounces off a tackler and picks up 5 tough yards up to the 46.
Wade McCormick, Tyson Brown.
Gave him 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4. 21-14, National on top of the American. National with 256 yards of total offense to the Americans' 130.
Definitely moving the ball with ease.
Gray fires to the near side. It's caught, and that'll be close to a first down for Vaughn as he is driven out of bounds. See where they spot it. I think he's a little bit short on the spot.
Big 4th down here. See what coach is going to call.
Yeah, it's going to be a yard short. Actually, okay, they re-spot it. It's going to be about 2 feet short. 4th down and a big play right here, because if you fail, you give the explosive National team a very short field to work with.
Yeah, it's only been stopped once so far today, and that was off of a turnover.
Yeah, they stopped themselves.
Yeah. So they're going to call a timeout, which I think is a smart decision there. Gather the troops, try to get a really good play call here.
So that'll be the first timeout called by the American. With 4 minutes and 56 seconds left here in the first quarter.
It's been a great first half. Yeah, it's been a great first half. Both teams have been playing great. Offenses have been hot besides the 1 turnover.
Chicken Salad Chick is proud to support Georgia high school football. They serve over a dozen varieties of chicken salad made from scratch daily in every restaurant, or order online at chickensaladchick.com. So Keegan Stover, your top passer in the game, 9 of 14 for 78 yards. Sendoya is actually the leading rusher with his 1 carry for 42 yards. And Vakari Swain, the leading receiver, 3 catches for 74 yards. 4th and less than a yard, and a first down run down to the 46-yard line.
Colin Jackson from Southeast Bullock there. Good play call.
And he's a big 6'4", 240-pound senior tight end.
Yeah,
he's been offered by Georgia Southern.
Yeah, I feel like 4th and 1, you got to kind of give it to your thumper, and that's what they did there. Got a nice 8-yard gain.
So 1st and 10 from the 46. Gray got rid of it in time and intercepted and brought back to the 44.
Big play.
And that was Corey Elliott from Brookwood with the interception.
Brookwood guys making big plays. One was a forced fumble from Noah Holton, and then you got an interception.
And Gray had to get it out of there in a hurry. He had pressure in his face, and Elliott steps in front of that pass for the interception. Young man's been offered by UVA Wise, and a big day for him. Corey Elliott with the pick. Gets the ball back to his offense.
Yes, I can tell you this. I was watching them in practice, the national defense, and even the national offense struggled a little bit down in the red zone and throughout various parts of the field. So impressive so far right now with the national defense. 2 turnovers.
So 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line as the National goes back on offense and already leading by a touchdown. Tate Morris out of McIntosh in there at quarterback.
Looks like he finds Rudolph there. Oh,
ball
fumbled.
Is out, and let's see if that's going to be a live ball. If so, it's a recovery for the American, and it is.
Wow, back-to-back turnovers.
They give the ball right back, and the American comes up with the turnover.
It's like that's Luke
Eichner, yep, out of Hiram. Eichner ends up with it. I think Tyler Dowdett was the one who forced the fumble, was it? 70?
Oh, it looks like Stone Smith from Roswell.
Yeah, Stone Smith,
play.
number 10, yeah. Stone Smith, number 10, forced the fumble.
Wow, that was huge.
And so the American gets it back at the 39-yard line.
And Guthrie's back in the game.
Heavy rush,
man.
quarterback sack way back to the 49-yard line.
So that's big Joshua Barker, Big Bear.
Big Bear Barker with the quarterback sack. He did that so many times in his career. 36.5 quarterback sacks to lead the Kell program in his career.
Yes, he's the all-time leader in sacks and tackles for loss. Phenomenal player for them.
He had 85 TFL in his career, 264 total tackles, double-digit offers, including Fairmont State, Marist College, and Barry. Looking for that bigger offer. Helped lead Kell to the second round of the state playoffs in Bobby May's first season as the head coach. Guthrie to the air, caught at the 36, and Elko down to the 35.
Nice throw there from Guthrie to get them back. Get some of that yardage back that he just lost on the sack. Looks like they're going to set up a third and manageable. It's like a 3rd and 6.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. The question for a kid like Guthrie, obviously he's got great, passing skills.
Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty remains 3rd down.
3rd and 1.
Who's going to take a chance on the 5'11", 170-pound quarterback? He's going to have chances. He's going to get to play college football, but is somebody other than the mid-majors or the lower majors going to take a shot on him?
And maybe you can enlighten me more too, Matt. It seems like too with colleges, once that one major offer kind of goes, it seems like the rest of them kind of just come as well.
No doubt about it. Big run down inside the 20-yard line for Chris Roper.
Chris Roper on the carry. Good for a first down.
Missed tackle there on the inside of the run. Big hit there.
Red zone presented by Chicken Salad Chick. So 1st and 10. The American, after swapping some turnovers, back in business, trying to tie this game. Approaching 2 minutes left in the first half.
Yes, pivotal drive here for them. See if they can try to tie this game up.
Guthrie, heavy rush.
More pressure.
He's in trouble.
Oh,
quarterback
man.
sacked back at the 32-yard line by Daniel Chavez out of Chambly.
And I think you're starting to see it a little bit. They're starting to kind of really get some pressure there from the outside and the inside. When Barker's been in the game, he's been able to create some pressure in the interior. And now Chavez, who impressed me also in the practices, had a couple big PBUs there from the defensive line position in practice. So another guy I thought would be able to have a good game. But I think that's 2 sacks on this drive so far.
Yeah. Chavez offered by Westminster College, Barry, Washburn, Cumberland's, Reinhardt, 6'4", 225 senior. Big bounce-back season for the Chambly Bulldogs.
Yes.
It's been a while
Yes.
since they tasted success, got into the playoffs this year. I think finished up 8-3.
Yeah, they had a really great bounce-back season and got some things going. So that's really what you want to see out of teams, and hopefully now it'll be a step into the right direction for them going into next season.
But to go back and answer your question, yes, it does seem to be the case. When you get that first big offer, then everybody else kind of falls in place. It's kind of like the Pied Piper.
Yeah, it's almost
think about a kid, DeMello Jones from Swainsboro, who was not heavily recruited, got some tape in front of Kirby Smart at Georgia. Georgia watched him, called him, offered him. Then Alabama offered him, and then the rest of the offers start coming in.
Exactly.
Sometimes it just takes that one offer to set off the chain reaction.
Definitely.
And DeMello Jones will be back next year, wrapping up his junior year with Swainsboro this year in the state finals. Helmet came off, and typically
you're out the next play, right?
You're out the next play, but if you continue to play with the helmet off, that's typically a penalty. Mikel with the tackle, and I think it was Mikel who lost his helmet. They might giving him a little leeway here in this all-star game. But typically, if you lose your helmet, you have to stop playing. You can't continue to make the tackle.
No.
Of course, in his case, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, he was kind of wrapped up. He was in the middle of the pile. He was kind of going with the flow. He had no other choice.
Exactly.
So timeout called.
3rd and 19.
3rd and 19 coming up here.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what they kind of call here. But back to your point, though, I think we've seen even quarterbacks at that 5'10", 5'11" height.
Oh, yeah.
Have some success.
It's starting to happen.
Yes.
You know, Stetson Bennett, not quite that small, but he's kind of the patron saint of the smaller, overlooked quarterback.
Yes. And he just took advantage of his opportunity. I think a lot of his coaches said he just continued to fight and fight and fight. And at some point, they couldn't deny him anymore, and he really took advantage of it. Now he's a national champion and has another chance to do it again.
Every underappreciated quarterback in the world has a poster of Stetson Bennett on their wall. Heavy rush, Guthrie's being chased. Looking downfield, throwing, got a man over, and it's gone inside the 5-yard line by Ethan Christian. What a job by Guthrie to keep the play alive, keep his eyes open downfield, and Christian comes across the field to help him out.
You want a quarterback on the next level? That's what they do. Extend the play, heavy pressure, once again, throws it on the line, completes it to Ethan Christian, keeps the drive alive on the 3rd and 19. Absolutely huge to keep that drive alive. Great play by Guthrie.
Red Zone presented by Chicken Salad Chick. Ben Guthrie says, here's your 5'11", 170. That's what I think about it. How about a pass completion strike on the run inside the 5-yard line of the 2? Nice play.
Yes.
Completing it to Ethan Christian, and it's now 1st and goal to go for the American.
Looks like they're going to run that same formation they ran earlier. So they got 2 backs in the game.
Roper is the tailback.
Oh, high snap.
Guthrie goes back to get it. Roper ends up with it. And a big loss on the play back at the 16-yard line.
Man.
I believe that was Daniel Chavez who ends up with the tackle.
Self-inflicted wounds right here. High snap. Does a good job there getting on the ball. Trying to make something out of it, but that's tough to have in the red zone.
Looks like Grant Bullard out of Rome was also in on that tackle, and another timeout on the field at 1:24. And again, we haven't seen a whole lot of that. Typically, you would think center quarterback exchanges, even if it's the shotgun variety, you might have, some timing issues. But that's the first time we've seen a bad snap in our first 2 games.
Yes. Yeah, it's been really, really fluid. It hasn't seen too many penalties today. Not a lot of, false starts, not a lot of procedural penalties. So first, major error there from the American side.
So look at the size differential on the right side of that American offensive line. You've got number 58, James Foster at 5'9", 250. Number 72, Kyrie Mapson at 6'5", 290, lined up next to him.
Huge.
Second down and goal. Guthrie, touch pass, jump ball, touchdown. Cam Vaughn with the touchdown catch, and then his helmet pops off afterwards.
Big play there. One-on-one coverage there. Gives him a nice jump ball he can go and get. Let's look at the replay again. Yeah, nice throw. Defender can't even get to it. Goes up, high points the football, and gets the score. Again, another player that's impressed a lot of coaches in practice this week.
If his future is at wide receiver after being a quarterback at Temple, you can certainly see he's got a lot of upside there. And that was a beautiful ball thrown by Ben Guthrie as well.
Yes, it was. And a great drive from him. A couple things happened on that drive. He had the high snap. He had the multiple sacks. He extends the play on a big 3rd and 19. Delivers a strike to Ethan Christian, keep the drive alive. So really impressed with Guthrie there, just keeping the drive going after some things kind of, out of the ordinary for him. But he stayed cool, calm, and collected and delivered on that drive.
That's a great point, Nige. It was interesting listening to Craig Sager in his interview as the PAT is up and good. We're tied at 21. His interview with the 8th grade coaches after their game, and you're dealing with a different set of players. Of course, they're much younger than these seniors. A lot of work, a lot of places these seniors have already been. But the coaches were saying the thing we've worked with these players, not so much the talent as much as the mental talent, the learning how to overcome adversity.
Yes.
Whereas where they've been playing in youth ball, they probably haven't had a whole lot of adversity.
No.
Because they're so much physically better than everybody else.
Yes.
But the mental aspect of the game is the thing they've really worked on with.
Phenomenal point.
I thought it was very interesting coming out of that interview that they said that. So you saw the scoring summary presented by Breda Pest Management. We're tied at 21 with 1:18 left here in the first half.
Phenomenal point, though. I want to address what you just said again. You see that, too, when you go even on the next level. Sometimes it's not going to go your way. You're going to be a freshman on a big campus.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you may not be starting, but you have to have the mental fortitude to be able to say, okay, what can I do to improve and get better? And, you know, when you're able to do that and have that mindset, and it's not all about you, but it's about the betterment of the team, you really can start taking your game to the next level because you're going to face adversity throughout. You may get benched. You may not play until your junior year, but seize your opportunity when it comes.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. And, you know, those youth players will start experiencing that a little bit as they, you know, merge into the varsity rosters. These 8th graders will be 9th graders. So they'll be playing primarily, I'm guessing most of them will be getting their snaps on the JV side.
Yep.
Some of them will get some varsity work, but most of it will be JV. But when you go from being that JV player and moving up to that varsity roster, you know, how do you handle being the little man on campus, not the big man on campus?
Exactly. Great point.
Eventually you will be the big man on campus. We saw a lot of great talent in that 8th grade game, no doubt about it. Pass is thrown complete to Swain, who quickly steps out of bounds.
Morris complete to.
So we got Tate Morris in the game. McIntosh.
Yeah, Tate Morris had a great season with the Chiefs this year. Over 3,000 yards passing, over 1,000 yards rushing. You know, at one point he was near the top leaders in the nation in passing yardage.
That's impressive.
6 foot 185 senior quarterback who really didn't start until his senior year. Again, another one of the guys who, from the measurable standpoint, is kind of working against him. He's 6 foot 185. That's working against him too. That should have been caught by Jake Redmond.
Yeah, that's just a blatant drop there. Looks like he kind of took his eyes off the football. He was looking ahead, probably trying to get that first down yardage.
But Tate Morris, you know, he's looking for that offer. He's got some interest from Georgia State. He's got 7+ offers from McPherson College, Wittenberg University, Carthage College. Nothing against those programs, but every one of these players is looking for something bigger than that.
Exactly. Great point. This is something that they can say, it's a bigger school. This is where I want to be at. Delivers a good strike there in coverage.
Complete to the 41-yard line. Let's see, that was Ruck. I think that was Aiden Ruck. Yeah, really impressed watching Aiden Ruck these last couple of years playing for North Forsyth. Saw him in the Corky Kell Classic. Saw him again in the state playoffs when they beat Blessed Trinity at home. That was a big win.
It's a great game.
Coach Robert Kraft's team. I think Aiden Ruck, there's a place for him out there. He's just got to find it.
Yes. Has some great size, too.
Yep. Great ball catcher. He can block for you as well.
Yes, and that's what you need at the tight end. You have to be versatile. Can't just catch it, can't just block. Got to be doing a little bit of everything. I think he hasn't. Hasn't really came off the field too much today. He's impressive in the middle of the field, catching some contested throws.
Yeah, he's got the ability to play attached or unattached. Maybe line up in that H-back position as well. 2nd down and 3. Ball at the 48-yard line.
Down to 41 seconds left to go in the half.
Got to move a little quicker here.
And I think they're down to 1 timeout. Not mistaken.
Yes, they are. 1 timeout. Morris complete at the 48-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down. That'll stop the change, or stop the clock to move the change. Honeycutt with the catch.
Nice throw there from Morris. On the Honeycutt. So we got Vakari Swain coming back into the game. Looks like Cannon as well. Bottom of your screen.
I'd watch for a deep ball to Swain here.
Yes.
Clock moving again. Morris sprinting out, rolling to his right, throws. That's Ruck, couldn't hold on to it.
16 seconds to go in the half.
Pass goes incomplete.
Extraordinarily warm day. I mean, everybody brought their winter coats, and those have all been shed. Everybody's got off their winter coats now.
For sure. What we have been seeing at night, though, we might see it kind of cool down for the late game.
Yes, it could. Yeah, but here in the middle of the day, just a beautiful spring-like day in Rome. Last week of December. Morris
looking for Cannon.
Got a pocket, going for Cannon, and can't catch up with it at the 8-yard line.
Just overshot him. Got some good separation there, though.
As you mentioned, Cannon had a spectacular season playing for Gainesville this year.
I was really impressed with him. Let's see. Yeah, got some good separation. Just overshot him just a little bit too much. But no, he's very impressive. I remember being at the game, being on the sideline for that big region championship win when they beat North Forsyth, and I was just like seeing him on the sideline. I was like, you just got to get the ball in his hands. He's just one of those playmakers. You give him the ball, he's going to make some plays. And he really impressed. Scored 2 touchdowns in that big region championship win, their first since I believe 2013.
Yep. Back when Deshaun Watson was the quarterback.
Yes.
So 3rd down and 10. We're down to 10 seconds left in the half. Morris steps up in the pocket to avoid the rush.
Can't take a sack
He's being chased. Now he's going to run it, going to get out of bounds with 1 second left in the half.
Yes. So going to be a 4th down. See what they do here. They try to maybe do a Hail Mary.
I would throw the ball as far as I can in the general direction of Vakari Swain and let him jump up and catch it.
I agree. Let him
try to catch it at least. He's your 4-star. He's the highest-rated prospect in this game. If you've been watching in the first half, it's pretty evident as to why he is. Number 10-rated athlete in the country, signed with the South Carolina Gamecocks a couple of weeks ago. I'd throw the ball at him.
Yeah, I agree.
Go make a play.
My first time seeing him in person, Matt. Maybe you can attest to this a little bit. You've probably seen him a couple times, but what really stands out to you? What are you impressed with when you see Swain kind of with the football and just?
Well, I mean, his just general overall skill set. I mean, he's got great ball skills. I mean, he's tremendous. You saw how fast he is when he gets in the open. I mean, he's just a cut above everybody else. I mean, he's above most everybody else, but you don't get rated the number 10 athlete in the country if you don't have a certain skill set.
As the kids say, he's different.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Been very impressed with him in the first half. He's been having a great game.
Let's see if he's out there. I don't even see him out there.
No, he is. Bottom of the screen.
I had one.
See him?
Oh, yeah, and I see him now. Yep.
Sir.
Yep. Lined up at the 45-yard line. So watch the ball, see if it goes in his direction. Morris on the final play going to throw it to him in the open field at the 32, and he's going to be tackled at the 22. So rather than send him deep, they were going to try to throw it to him short in open space and see if he could make a play.
I mean, hey, you can't go wrong either way. Throwing it deep, a high ball to him, or trying to give it to him in space.
21-21, it's halftime here in Rome. We got a great game going on in the Senior All-Stars of the Georgia Elite Classic. Halftime is coming up next.
Hi, welcome to Chicken Salad Chick,
where we offer 12 flavors of chicken salad made from scratch. Have a great day.
With fresh ingredients every day, just for you.
Thank you.
I needed this. I love when they say that. There's no place like the Chick.
Let's get it.
Get it. Yo, you know we're not shooting threes, right?
Definitely not shooting threes.
Introducing Gatorlight.
Let's go. Stick and move.
Rapid rehydration.
Ready, Day?
Let's do this, Ryan.
Plus a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes.
Game day.
See, you learn quick. Watch out. You rehydrate well, too.
Gatorlight. Rapid rehydration. All G.
The Georgia Elite Classic is sponsored by Score Atlanta, your source for Georgia high school sports. HendrickCars.com. Experience the Hendrick difference. The National Signing Day Frenzy. Celebrate Georgia's seniors and the next stages of their careers. And by Peachtree TV, Atlanta's own.
And welcome to our halftime show brought to you by Rick Hendrick Chevrolet Duluth. I'm your host, Kaylee Mansell, with a guy who has so many titles, I really don't know which one I should use here. It's Rusty Mansell, along with Ken Irvin, who played 11 seasons in the NFL and is our junior national coach this year. Now, you guys, I don't want to call you local legends. I don't want to let it go to your head, but you are Rome natives. You grew up here. So, Ken, take me back before high school when you first started out youth ball here in Rome. What was that like, and how did that kind of help propel you into your career?
Oh, I mean, that's easy. You know, back in the day when you do the youth football, it's kind of a time when you kind of figure out who you are, the experiences growing up, what it's going to be like to playing football going forward, kind of living those dreams that you live in out every day when you're in the park saying, hey, I want to be this guy, I want to be that guy. So those things have kind of let me just be who I was at the time.
This game's live on TV. Let's fast forward a few years. Take me back to 6th grade when you guys first met. What was that interaction like? Do you remember it?
You know, me and Ken have been really good friends since 6th grade, and we just kind of hit it off instantly. But we started playing a few sports together. We played basketball together, started playing football together at Pepperell Middle School, and I wouldn't say we won a bunch of games in middle school, but we had a really good time. And kind of touching on what he did playing youth, I remember playing Pee-wees and Mites here, and you play in the Santa Bowl and you play in the Holiday Bowl, and it was a big deal, and everybody came out. So, you know, the Rome Recreation Department, the city of Rome, does such a good job with the levy and youth sports here, and I think you see the results of the type of athletes and the amount of players that play into high school, which is what they're trying to do.
And when you guys got to high school, you actually won the state championship, 1990, senior year. I can't even imagine that. So, you know, Ken, looking back at it, what did winning that state championship not only do for the team, but for the entire community?
I mean, that was surreal. I mean, you know, back when we had a state championship game, it seemed like 10,000 people it was a parade all the way down Lindale, you know. But the good thing about that is Rusty and all the other teammates, we had come off a huge game where we had lost the season before. We lost probably 10 games because of a forfeit. Mm-hmm. And I remember sitting in the locker room saying that we're going to win the state championship the next year. We was going to go 15-0. So at that point, we all learned what a dedication it was like to earn something, to own up to it, and put the work in to become the best that we can be possibly as a football player.
And Rusty, aside from football, you guys were both actually 3-sport athletes. You shared 2 sports together. So do you think playing those 2 sports together growing up helped you with your connectedness?
I tell people all the time, sports creates productive humans. You learn how to be a teammate. You learn how to face adversity. You know, it's not so much the end goal and trophy related. It's what it does to you in adult life, because Ken's the rare guy. He's the rare 1% that got to play 11 years at the top level. Most people don't get to go to the second level, college. So what sports does, it teaches you how to be a productive human in the workforce. And I think more people should look at that focus and not so much the trophy-driven end result, what it's doing for my child to be a part of a team.
And Ken, one thing I really do want to touch on is, you know, you obviously made the transition from high school to college to pro. So, you know, we have a lot of guys out here who are trying to go play at the collegiate level. So if you could give them one piece of advice for the transition from high school to college, what would it be?
You know, just kind of buy into your craft. You know, put your work in. You know, I always tell my kids, whether it's my kids, my own, or the kids I coach, you know, hard work is 100%. It's undefeated. So if you put in the work, you will have success. You know, and so if you do the things day to day, your preparation, learning how to work hard, learning how to fail, you know, to come right with your teammates, learning how to get along with different people. The success that you learn from football, it carries over to you as a young man when you go out, get outside of football. So those are those huge benefits.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, guys. I appreciate having you up here. We'll actually have them back right after the break, so make sure to stay tuned.
Peachtree TV is your home of the College Park Skyhawks. Don't miss it as your Skyhawks take on the Lakeland Magic in high-action, high-speed G League basketball. Saturday at 6:30 on Atlanta's own Peachtree TV.
I'm Monica Pearson, and we're taking the show on the road to the Atlanta Music Project for a holiday concert you don't want to miss. And I go one-on-one with the founders who are inspiring the next generation of musicians. Saturday night at 10 on Peachtree TV.
What's the biggest sales event of the year? Why, it's Toyotathon, of course, and it's at Beaver Toyota. Watch this. We have tons of fresh new inventory. Shop online where you can chat live with the product specialist. Watch a live walk-around video of any vehicle. Obtain our lowest price and value your trade-in within minutes. Get financing too. Don't forget, we can deliver your new Toyota within hours. You save time and you save money. The biggest sale of the year and the very best way to buy your next vehicle. Only at Beaver Toyota and Cumming.
Welcome back to the halftime show presented by Rick Hendrick Chevrolet Duluth. I'm Kaylee Mansell with Rusty Mansell and Ken Irvin. Now, since these guys have known each other for a very long time, I actually gave them the opportunity to think of a question to ask each other. Now, guys, make sure it is camera appropriate, Rusty Mansell. I'm going to let you go first, and I'll let Ken end with you.
Well, I mean, we've had a lot of discussions. I say this about Ken. You know, I've known him from 6th grade. What I'm most proud of is who he is after his NFL career and what he's done. So I want to focus on that. What has coaching high school football meant to you, and what have you given back, and what's it mean to you to do that every year at Great Atlanta Christian?
I mean, it's been good to me because it's a way I can give back. You know, I remember when I was a young kid, you know, I was a single kid, didn't have a dad at home. Mm-hmm. So being able to give back, it allowed me to do some things that I had to learn as a young kid. And when I do that, I can give back to those kids and allow them to have the same experience that they may have been looking for, that they didn't have when other people's around, you know. Yeah.
All right, Ken, it's your turn.
Careful now.
Okay.
Please get after him here.
Well, you know, I have so much respect for Rusty. Rusty's been around a long time. The things that he's done, the stuff that he's doing now is no surprise to us. We knew that he was that type of guy. But my question is, sitting here with the both of you guys and, you know, being a dad myself, what kind of great of an experience it is to be here doing this with your daughter?
I call this stealing minutes. You know, I steal minutes with her every week, and we get to do this. It's fun. I take so much pleasure in people telling me, hey, I see your people don't say, Rusty, good job anymore. Everybody's like, hey, man, your daughter's killing it. You know, I'm like, I do decent kind of, but, you know, she's always following me around. I'm checking her football games everywhere. She's just been my, you know, my little buddy. And one day when she makes it to the biggest stage, I got a video of her saying the SEC teams, and she missed one team, and I'll save that video, but the way she pronounces some of these schools, she'll probably take a little beating on Twitter, but she's been after this and following me around since she could walk, and it's just really special, and enjoy the time with her every week.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, but we're going to have to go ahead and go up to the booth before I start crying. So, Matt and Najee, back to you.
Yeah.
All right, you guys stop it, man. You know, you're killing us up here with all the sob stories and the reminiscing. So good to talk to those guys. Good to hear from those guys. And, of course, Rusty will be back up here with me for the juniors game. Najee Wilkins with me here for the senior game, 21-21 at halftime.
Great game.
Been a spectacular game. Lots of plays, lots of big plays.
Yes, from both sides. Defensive side, you got Thornton. He's making some big stops there. Chavez, a couple guys that are making it. Big Bear Barker, making some big stops. On the other side, Vakari Swain, 5 catches, 99 yards, a touchdown. He's been performing great in this game when he gets the ball in his hands. Ben Guthrie on the other side. I mean, he's been pressured. That drive right before the half, it's like 2 sacks there. He's cool, calm, and collected. Made a throw on the outside there to Ethan Christian. Got them in the red zone. He's performing great. I think he got 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. Those kind of standouts for me.
All right, let's take a look at the halftime stats, the team stats. They're presented by Gatorade. And you see not a lot of rushing for the American team, minus 9 yards right there.
Yeah, not able to get it kind of going on the ground, but leaning more on the passing attack, 181 yards. So we'll see if they kind of try to get it going a little bit in the second half of the running game, but probably leaning on the passing game. They've been performing great. Each team has a turnover so far. Both teams very aggressive on 4th down, but they've been converting both for 3 for 3. And they're kind of going back and forth. But the big thing has been the turnovers. I believe Nationals had 2 turnovers. They were able to get a punch out from both Brookwood players, Noah Holton, and then also the other player was able to get a big interception. I thought those were huge also in the first half.
It's an all-star game. No punting in an all-star game, right? We're going for it on 4th down. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. And Keegan Stover, we haven't seen him really since that opening series. He injured that opening touchdown drive, then Ben Guthrie, and then Stover scored again.
Yes, big run there. Nice downfield throw here from Gray. Hitting Elko.
Yep. Elko had a nice first half. There's Vakari Swain, and here's that speed.
Turns it on the Jets there. South Carolina signee having a great first half. Gray throws the interception right there. Corey Elliott there with the pick. Big fumble there.
And as you mentioned, the Brookwood players had a couple of big forced turnovers in that first half on the defensive side.
That they did. And another thing to watch out in the second half is also that national defensive line. They're really getting after it, really making the American kind of quarterbacks feel uncomfortable. But a late touchdown there from Temple receiver Cam Barron was really impressed.
Man, you know how to do this?
Man, I don't even know. I was flipping burgers last week.
Violation, unsportsmanlike conduct, impersonating a craftsman.
Skilled trade unions are well-trained career pros, not part-timers. Construction is a rewarding and lucrative career with the advancement potential, but you have to do it the right way with the right training. Learn how you can be a pro. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
The Atlanta Falcons are continuing to change the game on season ticket benefits. Join the Falcons family in 2022 for more games, more access, and more value than ever before, including tickets to our biggest season yet at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, with 9 regular season home games, plus ultimate ticket flexibility with the ability to exchange tickets for games you can't attend, free gear for all members, and free away game tickets. Select your seat today. Rise up.
Planting season is here, and it's time to get your yard looking its best. So treat your yard to the perfect touch from the professionals at Personal Touch Lawn Care. Mowing, maintenance, design, and construction. Personal Touch Lawn Care does it all.
If my yard is taken care of, it's one thing off my list that I don't have to worry about.
Sign up now for monthly maintenance and get the 12th month free.
Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
Personal Touch Lawn Care, 770-908-1238, or online at ptlcatlanta.com.
SMART is sheet metal, air, rail, and transportation.
We fabricate and install HVAC systems, ductwork.
You can't just go to Home Depot and buy our product. You have to build our product.
If you can dream it, we can build it. That's our motto.
Our sheet metal workers are really proud of that work. They want to look back and go to a Falcons game with their family and point up to show what they did.
The Georgia Elite Classic is sponsored by First Alert Weather app powered by Atlanta News First. Download the app in the App Store. The Georgia High School Football Hall of Fame, Georgia's newest football tradition. The Score Atlanta High School Sports Newsletter. Subscribe today for everything Georgia high school sports. And by Wendy's. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Start of the third quarter here in Rome. We're tied at 21 in the senior all-star game. 2 more games to come before the day is through. Juniors are up next, followed by the freshmen and sophomores all-star game to wrap things up this evening.
Yes, very good first half. 42 first half points so far. Be interesting to see if the defense can kind of, impose their will in this game, or will the offense continue to kind of strike like they've been doing. They've been on fire.
Well, the American team, which is in the blue jerseys, will start on offense to begin this second half. Let's see who we've got at quarterback to get things started here.
So we got a Wildcat. So Devon Green's going to take the snap.
Yep. Green takes it right up the middle on the direct snap and gets close to the first down at the 39-yard line, going to be about a yard short.
Yes, it looks like Gray is going to be the quarterback here to start the second half.
Daniel Gray comes back out there. Cam Vaughn sprints out to the outside. Gray to the air, a little pop pass that's caught at the 49-yard line for a first down. Colin Jackson, first time we've called his name as a wide receiver, actually make that, his first catch. He had a rush, so his first catch of the day for Colin Jackson.
Yes, he had that big rush on 4th and 1 earlier in the day, got 8 yards. Good to see him kind of get involved in the offense.
So 1st and 10 from the 48.
False start there.
Movement at the left tackle position.
False start on the offense. 5 yards, remains first down.
Isaac Keene from South Paulding.
Yeah, he's a guy that really coaches have spoken highly of this week. And I know a guy that Coach Sumo Robinson, his coach at South Paulding, feels like, kind of lived in the shadow of Madden Sanker.
Yeah.
There on that South Paulding offensive line and was kind of under-recruited.
Oh, we have a pick.
Intercepted at the 50-yard line. This could be a pick six.
And it will be. Wow, what
Touchdown.
a play. And National strikes back. Their third turnover they forced in this game. That's Julian Fox, Chris County. Big play from Julian Fox. Wow.
Julian Fox, who's going to commit tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. at Crisp County High School, along with his teammate Amir Dwight. An early commitment day present for him with the pick six.
Wow. Talk about taking the momentum. I mean, pick six, first drive, there for the American. National turned into a pick six. Big play.
Julian Fox, the Region 1 3A Player of the Year. He has 10 offers, choosing between Mercer, Troy, South Alabama, and 7 other offers when he announces tomorrow morning. Big play right there, the pick six to put the National back on top 28-21.
Incredible.
Yeah, I got that special teams working.
Let's get another one. Let's get another one.
I'm not surprised, though. I have to tell you, that National defense really impressed me in practice throughout the whole week. I mean, they're secondary, their linebackers, their defensive line. That was kind of my storyline coming into this game. National versus American, how would the offense kind of look? American offense has done great, getting touchdown drives, but has turned it over 3 times now. But National defense got it kind of clicking now.
So the American getting ready to go back on offense after the pick six puts them behind. Kick coming down and taken at the 10. They'll bring it out to the 30. That's where the American goes back out there. Let's see, Ben Guthrie is going to be the quarterback now. Here's a good look at Julian Fox out of Crisp County.
Impressive. And Guthrie there in the first half really had it going. Again, had the 106 yards and 2 touchdowns, just 3 incompletions. So we see what he can kind of get going in the second half.
Guthrie on the sprint out. He's being chased, and he throws. Got it over the defender, but Elko could not hold on to it. Did a good job of dropping the ball over the hands of the linebacker, Grant Bullard, but a little bit too high for Elko.
Yeah, that was a really good throw. It was just high enough to get over the defender and was able to hit his receiver. Just couldn't come down with it. But good throw there from.
Should take a look at the Breda Pest Management scoring summary. Julian Fox did all the work, a 50-yard pick six.
We got a run here.
About a 5-yard pickup. Chris Roper out of Adairsville. He's committed to Dartmouth.
He's gotten some good runs in here today.
Tyson Brown, Wade McCormick in on the stop.
Three carries, 21 yards for Roper so far today. Ball at the 36. Devon Green comes to the quarterback, makes the play call.
Big third down here for the American side.
Guthrie quickly to the sideline. Not going to be enough for the first down.
What a hit.
That was a big hit by Manny Gomez.
McKeitron, wow. Great stick there, not allowing him to get the first down.
Did not allow Green to get enough, so now it's going to be 4th down. Let's see if they go for it here. Like we said, it's all-star game, no punts, right?
Yeah, no punts, you can't. Both teams have done pretty good on 4th down, both for 3, so they've been having some good calls.
So this is a 4th and 2 in their own end, and they're going for it from the 38.
Let's see what they do.
Pocket for Guthrie, going for the home run. Caught by Christian, and that's a touchdown.
What a play. Second time they hooked up today. Another great throw from Guthrie. That's now 3 touchdowns. Christian has 2. So we can get a replay.
Wow. Ben Guthrie on a 4th and 2. They go for it all. And Christian beat his man, Elliott, on the sideline for the touchdown. That covers 62 yards.
Incredible. Hit him in stride, allowed him to go get it, and they got a score. Have been seeing throughout this game, though, for Christian, he has been kind of singled up throughout the game. So has been open out there on kind of that boundary. And they took advantage on 4th and 2. So heck of a call there. Going for the big play.
Elrod with the PAT, and it's 28-28.
Yes. And we got to speak to the kind of resiliency of the American bunch. They have turned over the football, have made some mistakes, but they keep coming back every time.
Here's a look at your Breda Pest Management scoring summary. 4 plays, 70 yards, and on 4th and 2, Guthrie, a 62-yard touchdown pass to Ethan Christian. So Guthrie now with 3 touchdown passes in this game, 10 for 13, 170, 3 touchdowns. I'd say he'd probably be the clubhouse leader for player of the game.
Easily the clubhouse leader for the player of the game. And I mean, you talk about putting out some good tape, and you talk about showing this to college coaches, kind of being under-recruited and underrated. He's showing us right here in this big all-star game what he can do with the football, his pinpoint accuracy with his throws, and just how great of a deep ball he has. So he's really impressing so far.
So they'll bring the kick out to the 30-yard line. Tied at 28.
We got ourselves a game.
Some big plays. I mean, we've had back-to-back big plays here, essentially, in the first 3.5 minutes of the third quarter. We had a 50-yard pick six by Julian Fox, followed up by a 62-yard touchdown pass from Ben Guthrie to Ethan Christian.
Yeah, right now teams are just trading blows. You know, we're going to hit you with a haymaker, you hit us with a haymaker, and it's going back and forth. But now we get the first possession of the second half for the national team. Let's see what they can do with it.
Yeah, they haven't been on offense yet. Tate Morris will be the quarterback for the national as we start this third quarter. Haven't seen Keegan Stover, for a while now.
Yeah, he's been kind of on that sideline. Woo! Laying some leather down there.
Yeah, about a 4 or 5 yard gain on the play. I think that was Andrew Shockley out of Banks County. And I believe that was also the first run of the game for Shockley.
Yes.
He had a 398-yard, 6-touchdown performance for Banks County against Johnson High School this year.
That's impressive.
Rushed for nearly 400 yards. Going to get the ball again, cut to the outside, and pick up a couple on the play up to the 37.
Like it was brought down there by Noah Holton for Brookwood.
Holton, the Brookwood Bronco, who punched out, forced a fumble early in the game, turned into a touchback. So now 3rd down and 4, or 3, one or the other. Let's see, the ball's about the 36. You got to get to the 39, I think. So about 3.
Oh, false start there. So that's going to be on Simpson.
Encroachment on the defense. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Gives them a first down.
I misspoke.
So a first down at the 41-yard line. Handoff goes to Shockley again. Trying to get outside, sheds a tackle.
Nice pursuit there from the football.
Couple of yards, tough running right there. Jordan Farrell out of Archer in on that tackle.
Really has a nice great burst of speed there from Shockley. But just great pursuit there from the American side, not to let them get, any more extra yardage there.
So Shockley getting some run here in the third quarter. 2nd down and 8. Play action. Morris being chased by forehand, trying to get rid of it and going to step out of bounds at the 50. And he's going to be about a yard short of the first down.
Surprised he didn't throw that downfield. Honeycutt was kind of screeching open there. But they'll take the gain there, 3rd and 1.
Morris 5 of 8 passing for 37 yards. 2 carries for 10 yards.
And give it to Shockley here.
And he's going to dive forward and pick up the first down at the 46.
Keeping the drive going.
So Shockley's come in and give him a little burst at that running back spot.
He certainly has. Yeah, they haven't been doing as much rushing in the first half, but looks like they're leaning on it a little bit here. Looks like we got Jalen Lilly back in the game from Charlton County, the running back position.
So 1st and 10 from the 46. And Lilly takes the handoff, and he's going to get about 2 on the play. Down to the 43. Caleb Collins out of South Gwinnett making that tackle.
Lilly on the carry. Terry Michael in on the stop.
Ball set down at the 43, 2nd and 7. Lilly again bursts through the hole down to the 36. He'll be close to a first down.
Yep, getting some nice yardage here. Seeing national team kind of leaning on their rushing attack here in the second half a little bit more. Running it with Lilly and also running it with Shockley.
They're going to spot it at the 37, so he's a yard short, 3rd and 1. Swain in the game, bottom of your screen.
Say they handed to Lilly again.
First down to the 30.
Nice.
Lilly takes it inside the 30-yard line.
Really leaning on the rushing attack here.
So that puts Lilly up close to 40 yards rushing in the game and a team high 7 carries. 7 for 41 now for Lilly. Sendoya still the leading rusher on 1 carry. He went for 42 yards. Play action, Morris sprints and throws and connects at the 25-yard line.
Nice catch, good concentration there.
Daniel Jolly.
Big hit there from Noah Holton, though. He's been performing really good.
Jolly is an athlete out of Model High School, receiving interest from Kennesaw State, Middle Tennessee, and ETSU. Second down.
Oh.
Ball fumbled, scooped up.
Wow.
And Lilly.
Big tackle there. Great concentration there from
the 12-yard line. Lilly scooped up the ball, and fortunately for him, everybody's kind of moving in the different direction, and he was able to take it the opposite way and pick up a first down.
Yeah, that was big. I mean, not only to not be a bad play and be possibly a turnover, but to pick it up and get positive yards and ending in a first down is huge. It's a great play there from Lilly.
Chicken salad, chick red zone with the ball at the 12.
See, Shockley's back in the game. See if the national team will continue to lean on the running game.
Big hole for Shockley as he scoots through there. Good vision by Andrew Shockley to wait for the hole to open up, and he bursts down to the 5.
Yep. It's like we're on 2nd and goal.
Yeah, 2nd and 3 from the 5. They can still pick up a first down at the 2.
Gotcha.
Shockley stays in there. 5 carries, 21 yards for Shockley. Going to get the ball again and be close to the first down, probably about a yard short.
Yep, looks like that might set up a third, maybe a 3rd and 2.
So 3rd down.
3rd and 1.
National team has rushed for 175 yards in this game. Only 6 rushing yards for the American. 3rd down and 1 is what they'll call it. Morris, drop back, throw, batted down in the end zone.
It's going to be pass interference. Held them near on kind of the inside to kind of get positioning.
Pass interference on the defense.
Interference to call.
Be half the distance, and we'll replay 3rd down. Correction, half the distance results in a 1st down.
Yeah, came over his back.
Yeah, it was
trying to make the play.
Trying not to let Redmond get the touchdown.
Darius Cannon. Or pardon me, that was
Donis Garcia on the.
Donis Garcia,
yes.
The other 88.
All right, and they lean back on the ground tack. Looks like
Shockley dives in for the score. And that puts the National back on top, 34-28.
Big drive there in the second half for them. First drive. Leaned on the rushing attack there with Lilly and Shockley, and they were able to get it in. Feel like they bring a great 1-2 punch. I mean, obviously, you know, Lilly's kind of the kind of your thumper, kind of get in there, get those tough yardage, and then Shockley has a great burst of speed, gets in and out of those holes really good.
And the first time we'd seen Shockley in the game, he gave him a little bit of a spark.
Yeah, he did.
From that running back position as the PAT arches in there. And it's 35-28. National with a touchdown lead. Less than 4 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
High scoring.
Every day, we look for ways to improve our processes in order to deliver to you, our precious customer, the very best sales and service experience in the world. From our super facility to our amazing staff, everything we do is for you. So with hopes of improving your experience even more, we're announcing we'll be closing the store on Sundays beginning the 1st of the year. We believe that well-rested team members will provide you with the world-class experience you deserve. Beaver Toyota, we're gonna wow you, just not on Sunday.
I'm attorney Ken Nugent. If you're hurt and trying to choose a law firm, here are some questions you need to ask. Do they have a fully staffed office right here in town? We do. Have they litigated thousands of cases here in Georgia? We have. And have they collected billions of dollars for their clients? You know we have. So when you see those lawyer ads making promises, remember, there's only one call, that's all.
Call 1-800-CALL-KEN.
Do you suffer from knee pain? Ever been diagnosed with osteoarthritis? Or worried about the risks involved with knee surgery?
It hurt all the time, like the nerves were rubbing against each other.
I was at the point of either replace my knees because I'm tired of this pain.
Get the relief you need without surgery. We're Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, the premier leaders in non-surgical knee pain treatments. Instead of surgically replacing your knees, our state-of-the-art procedures replenish the depleted natural cushioning in your joints with an FDA-approved shock-absorbing gel, without surgery and without downtime.
After the first injection, I knew it was going to work.
We've successfully treated thousands of patients. Medicare and most private insurance cover this procedure.
Full motion, no pain, walking, everything just back normal like it used to be.
Now with locations in Alpharetta, call 1-800-507-5019 for a free no-obligation knee pain assessment or go to arthritis-kneepain.com.
(35-28) National on top of the American with 3:48 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Seeing the seniors getting their kind of their moment. They're taking some pictures, you know, making some friendships here.
Yeah, I thought that was one of the interesting things when we were talking to Coach Matt Luke, whose son Harrison was playing in the 8th grade game, and he was talking about his son and him meeting so many different players from around the state.
Yes.
And I think that's developing friendships, playing together for this week. practicing together this week, hanging out together, meeting players that maybe you've heard about or maybe not have heard about, but meeting them for the first time and establishing some relationship. Gray back in there, quarterback, man wide open, did not connect. But no one picked up Darryl Bland right there.
It's a good play design. And got him wide open. That could have been potentially a big play, maybe even a touchdown. Just overshot him a little bit there.
Daniel Gray played at Marietta this season, following in the footsteps of Tyler Hughes. Signed with William and Mary last year.
He is. That was a team, too, from Marietta. They didn't have the best start, but they were able to, get some momentum going late there in the season and actually get into the postseason.
Yeah, actually ended up winning the region championship, I believe. They played a brutal non-conference, non-region schedule.
Buford was on there.
Yep. And there, I think at one point they were 1-4 or 1-5 and rebounded to make the state playoffs, won the region.
From your take, Matt, you've seen a lot of football over the years. How important do you think it is playing kind of that non-region schedule, making it so tough, and then when you play your region schedule, you're kind of more equipped with knowing your weaknesses and your strengths and knowing what to kind of build on with your group and kind of build that camaraderie and cohesion before, you enter that really important play?
I mean, I think you got to find the right balance. Gray going up top and misses out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It certainly doesn't hurt you.
Right.
I mean, because the games don't count towards the state playoffs, so whether you win or you lose, I think it really depends upon what kind of team you have. What's the makeup of the team that you have, from a, emotional standpoint? Are they older players? Are they younger players? The older players might be more able to handle that tough schedule. Even if you're taking the losses, you're getting better.
Yep.
The coaches will always tell you, you learn from your losses, right? You learn more from your losses than you do from your wins. And so if you got an older team that can learn from, those non-region losses to make you better for the region play, that's great. If you have a younger team, you still want some tough games, maybe not loaded up with a bunch of tough games, but every coach has to make that own determination as to what they're going to do. And, of course, in 7A, it's tough to schedule games.
Yeah.
You almost have to take what comes your way, and when you're a great program like a Marietta or like a Grayson or any of these, programs that have established themselves, it's hard to get a non-region schedule sometimes when half your schedule is non-region.
Yeah.
The regions are only 4 or 5 teams large.
Yeah. So
you're having to schedule at least half of your schedule non-region, and when you have a tough team, tough program, it's it can be tough to schedule games, and you hear that from coaches every year, especially those playing in the highest classification 7A.
That's a great point.
Stover back in the game. DJ Rogers on the carry.
Yep.
DJ Rogers on the carry.
Yeah, nice to see Stover back. Haven't really seen him since the first half. Early there, I think it was the second quarter.
Yeah, he had a good first half.
He did.
Stover 9 of 14 passing for 78 yards. Scored a rushing touchdown as well.
Yeah, I thought he was really accurate with the football.
And I think that's one of the things that's tough about these all-star games, and Rusty and I were talking about that in the 8th grade game. Passes thrown and dropped out here by Honeycutt. It's one of the tough things is, football's a lot about rhythm, and so especially if you're a quarterback, you're not used to shuttling in and out of your position. You start the game, you play 2 series, things are going great, and then you go stand on the sideline for an hour and a half, and then you're back in. So it's just something you got to learn to deal with.
No, I agree with you. That can definitely mess up the rhythm a little bit there, and yeah, you kind of have to get that arm going again.
As a player, you want to be out there for every snap.
Yes,
and
you don't want to miss any.
That's just not going to happen in an all-star game. Stover, heavy rush, and tosses it ahead of Rogers, who couldn't hold on to it. Was that Rogers? Yeah, it was. I think it was DJ Rogers.
Yeah, DJ Rogers, yep, from Pepper.
And he couldn't hold on to it. Great play by Stover to avoid the sack, to recognize that his running back was right there and toss it to him.
Hey, again, if you want a physical quarterback and you want somebody that can extend the plays, we've seen it all the first half. That's all Stover was doing, extending plays, try to make something out of nothing. And did it again there, just Rogers couldn't quite come up with it. But a good stand here from the American side.
Our first punt of the game, too.
Yeah.
Hayden Futch out of Berrien County is on to kick. He's a good one. Chris Saylor kicking 4-star. End-over-end kick that checks up at the 34-yard line.
Yes.
The ball to the 33-yard
Chicken
line.
Salad Chick congratulates Georgia's elite high school football players, families, coaches, and fans. We look forward to serving you. Chicken Salad Chicks made from scratch chicken, salad in our restaurants throughout Georgia, or order online at chickensaladchick.com. Here in beautiful Rome, Georgia, in northwest Georgia. Big crowd, a nice crowd here. You'll notice there's nobody sitting on the visitor side. They didn't want anybody sitting over there. They got everybody sitting on the home side. And it's packed out pretty good here for our second game out of 4.
And now we got Guthrie back in the game. A phenomenal first half for him. Followed up with that touchdown there, 2 in the second half.
Running the ball to Green, and he gets knocked sideways. No running room. Julian Fox, Grant Bullard in on that tackle.
Been calling his name a lot, Bullard. He's been making some great plays.
Yeah, Bullard, I believe, the leading tackler, 6 tackles. That should be, that was number 6 right there, number 7 tackle for him. He's the leading tackler in this game, playing in his home stadium for the last time.
Yes, and we see another Guthrie to Ethan Christian connection there. Get some positive yardage, set up a nice 3rd and manageable. It's like a 3rd and 4.
What a great run by Rome this year to get back into the semifinals for the first time since 2018. Finished 12-2 this year.
Oh.
Ethan Christian could not hold on to it.
Yeah, great point. I thought Rome had a phenomenal season. I remember seeing them week 1 in the Corky Kell Classic. They beat Creekside, a really good defensive bunch, really takes the pride in defense. 16-6 in that game, able to make enough stops, get the turnovers late. But yes, Rome had a great finish. It's running kind of into that buzzsaw of Langston Hughes this year. Played tough in the first half, but, Langston Hughes just kind of pulled away. But, again, a great finish to the season for Rome.
Yeah, Creekside ended up being knocked out in the quarters by eventual state finalist Warner Robbins. Their quarterback, Creekside's quarterback, will be playing in the junior game coming up next.
All right, critical 4th and 4 here.
Guthrie with man hanging on him, throws complete to Christian for a first down at the 45.
I mean,
Guthrie had a man crawling up his leg and still got it out of there.
I mean, how can you not be impressed? Man's on you, and you still throw it accurately to Ethan Christian to get a big first down. Wow.
Guthrie just having a fine afternoon. 11, now 12 of 16 for 192 and 3 touchdowns. Drop back.
Deep shot.
Christian streaking open, couldn't come up with it.
Just overshot him.
Guthrie waited to the last second. He waited and held on to that ball as long as he could. He ended up on his backside. He had to get that ball out of there in a hurry because the pressure was coming in on him. He couldn't hold it any longer.
No. National certainly creating some pressure here today. Big 66 and 70, making it tough there on the guards and tackles. Looks like we got Cam Semple here in the Wildcat formation. Ben Guthrie out wide.
Vaughn gonna run it. Whistle blows the play dead with 11 seconds left in the quarter.
False start on the offense. That 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Yeah, that looked procedural. And as we wind down the third quarter, about 9 seconds left. Got a big second down, 15.
We'll have one more play in all likelihood in the quarter. Let's see if they go back to the formation. No, Guthrie's back in there taking the snaps on 2nd and 15.
Haven't said his name a lot in the second half. We'll see if they can get Chris Elko involved out there in the slot. It's another great receiver to go along with Christian there.
Yep. Guthrie got batted down at the line of scrimmage.
And who else? Julian Fox coming up big again. Big PBU there. Got right in the eyesight of the quarterback, knocks the ball down.
And Julian Fox again going to announce his commitment decision tomorrow morning at Crisp County High School, punctuating the day with a pick six earlier right there, and then batted down a pass to end the third quarter. It's 35-28.
Solid check.
I've been looking for love. I forgot what I missed, but I remember that high. The first thing I'd say, this is pure, this is perfect. Something nothing else can do, just you. So give me you.
There's no place like the chick.
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt.
I got it, Mom.
It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future, every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Hendrick, you're ready for a new truck or SUV, but actually finding what you want is really tough right now. Well, Hendrick has it. Visit HendrickCars.com and shop over 10,000 new and pre-owned vehicles from our nationwide inventory. We have all of your favorite trucks and SUVs, with more arriving daily. If you don't see the exact one you're looking for, no problem. We can order it and have it built exactly how you want it. Your search for your next vehicle ends right here. Shop HendrickCars.com.
The Georgia Elite Classic is sponsored by McDonald's. Brought to you by Greater Atlanta Area McDonald's. Download the app for great deals. Smart Local 85. Get your sheet together. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Seatbelts save lives. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety reminds you to buckle up before every trip. And by Breda Pest Management, the official pest control of Atlanta.
Start of the fourth quarter, senior all-star game. Georgia Elite Classic, National leading the American 35-28. Matt Stewart along with Nige Wilkins. Thanks for joining us. Two more games to come. The junior all-stars following this one. The freshmen versus the sophomores to round things out this evening. And it is 3rd and 15 for the American in the blue jerseys. National in the white. 3rd and 15, line to gain the 35 as the American starts this fourth quarter on offense with Ben Guthrie, probably the leading candidate for player of the game right now at quarterback. A Fran Tarkenton spin move right there. Going to step out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Nice block there from Ethan Christian. See, he kind of thought about throwing it to him, but make some plays with his feet, some positive yards. Like, going to set up a 4th down.
Fran Tarkenton reference, an homage to our Georgia High School Football Hall of Fame inaugural class this year that we inducted in October. And Fran, out of Athens High School, started in the National Football League with the Minnesota Vikings, a member of that first class. So here we go, 4th down and 9 after the run by Guthrie.
Big down.
Stands in the pocket, delivers a strike to Christian, who cannot hold on to it. At the 33. The ball will go over on down.
See if we get a replay. Okay, let's look at it. Good step up in the pocket. Oh, it was just behind him.
Yep, one of the few throws by Guthrie not right on the mark.
Just behind him.
So the National goes back on offense. National has done all their work, or not all of it, but a lot of their work on the ground in this game.
They have.
178 yards rushing, 191 in the air. And Sendoya is back in there at quarterback.
Looks like Rudolph got the...
Yeah, Cardell Rudolph gets the carry. Been a while since we've seen him as well. Kind of going back to what we were talking about in that third quarter, Nige, that, you know, it's hard when you sit on that sideline for so long.
That's a great point.
Can you get back in there and get that rhythm? Same thing for a running back. You know, running backs quite often are at their best when they're able to build up a lather,
Yes.
get 4, 5, 6 carries in a row.
It gets them going. Then you start seeing them hit it with the big chunk plays, getting downfield. Let's see a great tackle here from.
Well, trying to strip Sendoya as they get him at the 45-yard line.
It's a big play there. But yeah, as you mentioned, the last drive, leaning on Lilly and leaning on Shockley there, they both got it going really good. You can almost sense it a little bit. Still a lot of time to go, but trying to see if the national team can get a big, scoring drive here.
National up a touchdown.
Yep.
2 minutes into this fourth quarter.
Got a big 3rd and 8. Ethan Christian's playing on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Sendoya in a pocket being chased and a quarterback sack back at the 33-yard line.
Big sack there from Miles Forrestal, linebacker from Cartersville.
Miles Forrestal, the senior linebacker, played for the Purple Hurricanes. He's been offered by UVA-wise. His brother Miller, of course, starred at Cartersville, Alabama, and now a member of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that was a big play. Was able to beat 55 there off the edge, create pressure from Sendoya and force a punt.
Just our second punt of the game, and Futch with a big one down to the 29-yard line, and that's going to pin the American down there. Down a touchdown with 12 minutes to play.
Yes, an American we're seeing in the second half, they're getting critical stops when they need to, getting back the football to their offense, see if they can kind of convert it to any points on this drive. Seeing Harlan Diamond finally coming back into the game as well.
Yeah, Diamond, their leading rusher, but just 6 carries, 22 yards, and only 6 total yards when you account. And it's a little bit misleading, the 6 rushing yards, because negative 43 accounted to Ben Guthrie with quarterback sacks. Exactly. So they're actually closer to like 49 yards total rushing. Still not a big number.
No. Again, that defensive front for the national side playing really good in this one, forcing sacks, making it hard to run the football as well.
Daniel Gray with the handoff and a 3-yard gain on the Americans' first snap.
And we've seen too for the American side, not a lot of receivers getting involved. We've seen Christian obviously, but haven't been seeing a lot of names of the Chris Elko and also Eubanks from Cherokee Bluff. Haven't been saying their names a lot in the second half. See if they can get it going. Looks like Temple there is split out wide.
On second down, Diamond gets the carry, and he gets 2 yards on the play up to the 27. He's going to bring up about the 37, and it's going to bring up, I think, a 3rd and 3. The American with 280 yards passing, 192 from Guthrie. Gray has 88 yards passing on 5 of 11. And a hit in the backfield. They will not pick up the first down.
Great stop there for them.
Can't tell who the player is because he's got his jersey rolled up in front. If he'll turn around, maybe I can tell you who it was.
It's going to be Tyson Brown from Rome.
He's got it rolled up. You can't read the number. So they're going to call it 4th and 2. I really think it's more like a 4th and 3. The line to gain's the 40. They're going for it. And stuck in the backfield, and a big play by the defense.
Tyson Brown on that play. 2 big critical stops there on the 3rd down and also on the 4th down. Big sticks, making it tough for Harlan Diamond to get any yardage going there. Not a big fan of the play call there. I think he gets something nice and easy. Maybe let Gray throw it out on the outside to the playmakers potentially. But
yeah, that was gonna be a very difficult 3 yards to pick up.
Yes,
on the ground.
Yes, I agree. Especially with how the rushing has been this game and how great the defensive front for the national side has played. Definitely.
So a big game for Brown. 3 tackles for him officially in this game, but his presence has been felt much greater than just that number. So 1st and 10, ball at the 32.
It's in American territory. Got a big drive going here. They didn't go Rudolph for the rush.
The National a chance to kind of open this game up here. A score right here would make it very difficult for the American to come back and win.
Yes, it would. It will put them up in a good spot. Make it really tough on that American group that's kind of struggled a little bit here in the second half. It did have the one touchdown, but it's kind of been a struggle offensively. Second and 6.
Yeah, Tate Morris still in there at quarterback. Handoff goes to Rudolph. And Rudolph down to the 22-yard line.
Grinding out some yards there. Looks like that's enough to move the sticks.
Good for a first down.
6th carry of the game for Cardell Rudolph. He's up close to 40 yards rushing. But their combination of Lilly, Rudolph, Shockley, those guys have combined for over 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, it's been impressive.
There's Shockley. Shockley cuts inside. And Shockley down to about the 18-yard line.
And it seems like, too, another great point, it seemed like whenever the next running back comes in, doesn't seem like they really miss a beat for the national side. It seems like they're still able to get those positive yards going, and running back's able to get some good yards.
Well, Najee, it looks like right now they're rotating a running back on every play.
Yeah.
So Rudolph is now back in there. They're kind of in a rotation of Rudolph, Shockley, Lilly. Just trying to grind this one out, and like we said, a touchdown here. Punching in is going to make it difficult. Morris is being chased, throws it out of bounds. Wisely got rid of it. He had the defense breathing down his throat.
It's Jordan Farrell from Archer there, kind of creating the pressure on Morris, make him make a tough decision there, but it's wise and throws it out of bounds.
Chicken Salad Chick red zone. Down to 7 minutes to play.
Yep, and we got a nice crowd forming as well.
Junior All-Star game is coming up next.
Oh,
gets away from Morris, and Rudolph is able to get on top of it.
Another big play there.
Rudolph picks up
another big play from Jordan Farrell.
Jordan Farrell from Archer in.
Seen him in the last play. Forced kind of a rash decision there from Morris, who threw it out of bounds, and there he gets the big tackle there after the kind of the errant snap. Set up a long
fourth down, a long fourth down coming up.
Be interesting to see what they do here.
Well, I don't think you're kicking a field goal. It'd be a 47-yard attempt. So you really have no choice but just to try to go for it. It's almost a Hail Mary type situation to pick up the first down. It's 4th and 18.
Yeah, I think that's smart from Boo Mitchell, taking the time out there, kind of gathering his troops, see what they're going to call here on this big fourth down.
And we'll step aside as they decide what they want to do on fourth down.
Music is your life. Take your passion to the next level. American Intercontinental University can teach you the skills to engineer, record, and mix audio for CDs and videos, or create sound effects for film and TV. What are you waiting for? Find out how a degree in media production from AIU can help you take your passion for music to the next level. Call AIU at 888-371-5888 or text CLASS to 21899.
I'm attorney Ken Nugent. When you call my law firm after your car wreck, you're our #1 priority.
After I was hurt in a car wreck, I decided to call the Ken Nugent Law Firm. They took care of everything. They treated me like gold.
After my car wreck, the Ken Nugent Law Firm treated me like gold and settled my case for $425,000.
Our job is to maximize the value of your case, and we'll treat you like gold. One call, that's all.
Call 1-800-CALL-KEN.
What's the biggest sales event of the year? Why, it's Toyotathon, of course, and it's at Beaver Toyota. Watch this. We have tons of fresh new inventory. Shop online where you can chat live with the product specialist. Watch a live walk-around video of any vehicle, obtain our lowest price, and value your trade-in within minutes. Get financing, too. Don't Don't forget, we can deliver your new Toyota within hours. You save time and you save money. The biggest sale of the year and the very best way to buy your next vehicle. Only at Beaver Toyota and Cumming.
Minutes left in this one, and a big fourth down coming up for the national team. They're already up a touchdown, but it's 4th and 18 here. And the American, if they can get a stop, stays in this game and dodges a big bullet.
Yeah, I have to get it pretty deep here to convert.
Morris going to the near side, and interference. We'll have a flag nearly caught by Cannon, and then there was interference on the play.
Curious to see what they call here. Obviously, it's pass interference, but do you think there was a push-off potentially there?
We'll see. Take another look at it right here.
Pass interference on the defense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced and will replay 4th down.
Yeah, so now it's not an automatic first down. So it's going to be 4th down and 3. I thought that was pretty good coverage.
I thought so too.
By Garcia.
Looked like he extended a little bit. We didn't get the shot, but it looked like he extended his hands just a little bit.
The one cardinal sin that Garcia committed was he didn't turn around for the ball. In high school football, if you don't make an effort to appear like you're looking for the football, they're going to flag you every time. And you'll see as he was running coverage, his eyes were focused on the receiver and not turning around to seek the ball. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, they're going to flag that on the defense.
Every time. Give me a second. It looks like they're going to attempt a field goal here.
Gets them closer. This would be a 22 plus 15, a 37-yard attempt. And the kick is going to be up, and the kick is going to be good. So there you go, a field goal. Our first one of the Georgia Elite Classic by Danny Elrod.
Yes, gives them a 10-point lead, about 5:30 to go in the game. See what the American side can do with the on the offensive side of the ball is to get the ball back. But great drive there from the national side.
Well, that means for the American, Nige, they basically have to score on each of their next 2 possessions.
Yes.
Whether it's touchdown and field goal or touchdown and touchdown.
Agreed.
But they can't come up empty on any of their remaining possessions, assuming they're going to get 2 more.
Assuming. Great point.
They're going to get the ball here, and if they score, then they've got to get a stop, and a quick one at that. So.
Yes. Got to force a 3 and out if they able to score here on the next drive. I think you got to try your best. I mean, obviously you don't want to get everything in one play, but try to get a quick strike drive, maybe in less than 2 minutes.
Which could be, And
it's possible. They have been hitting some big dimes down the field. So Ethan Christian, the 64-yard touchdown earlier here in the second half.
Let's see who goes out there to play quarterback. If you guessed Ben Guthrie, you were right.
Yes.
So Guthrie's going to get it here for the end of the game. 12 of 19 passing for 192 and 3 touchdowns.
Yes, very impressive.
From an individual standpoint, he has certainly been the star of the game.
Yes.
Statistically.
Statistically, he has. And Ethan Christian and his connection have been pretty apparent all day.
Yeah, Christian 6 catches for 139 and a touchdown.
Yes.
So here you go. The American going back on offense, down 10 points, over 5 minutes to play. Guthrie throws and diving for it. They're going to call that a catch.
Nice catch.
Nice play by Green.
Yep. It looked like they're trying to get a little rhythm going, a little hurry-up offense looks like.
Devin Green laid out for this one. That's a nice catch and kept it off the ground. Only picked up 3 on the play, however. Guthrie, jump pass, got Green out there, and they could have thrown a flag on that. If they threw a flag on the previous play, they could have thrown one on that because it's the exact same play.
Yes, it was.
But they didn't.
I think if Green would have came back to the ball a little bit more, kind of extended his hands, they probably would have. That would have been a definite call, but they should have on that one.
From a defender standpoint, he approached the exact same way that the previous play that drew the flag.
Yes.
So 3rd down.
3rd and 7.
Guthrie guns it in the middle, incomplete at the 45, and now it's 4th down, trying to go to Elko.
First time we called his name second half.
Yeah, he had 2 big catches for 48 yards and a touchdown in the first half.
All right.
Threw it behind him that time.
Yep. It looks like we got 2 rolling clock, so.
Yep, clock goes under 3 minutes to play.
Yep. So kind of got to have it here.
Yeah.
4th and 7. You're probably not going to get too many more possessions after this, so this is a big play.
4th down and 7. Line to gain about the 40. Guthrie
lose the pressure. Great throw here.
Throws back in the middle. It's caught by Elko for a 1st down at the 43.
Big time play. Elko couldn't get the first one. Gets the big play on the 4th down. And once again, Guthrie makes a nice play there. It's extending the play. Some pressure there early from Big Bear Barker. Makes a nice timing throw to Elko.
So 1st and 10 at the 48. Elko did a good job of finding the hole in the defense and just standing there and waited for the ball. Guthrie going up top here on the near side for Green. Step for step coverage. That's good coverage.
You see the crowd getting a little rowdy there, kind of asking for where the flag is.
I thought that was good coverage by Jordan Gant myself. I mean, he's looking textbook.
Yeah.
He's looking back for the ball.
Yeah.
Doesn't have his hands on him.
Yeah, wasn't
using
handsy.
the boundary as an additional defender.
Yep.
To kind of drive him out of bounds. Just going to kind of run with him down the sideline. Going to just keep scooting you out of bounds with my body.
Exactly. No, I agree. That's a great defensive play there. We are at the 2-minute warning, so.
Time running out here for the American.
They are big, so 3 timeouts for them. They're going to definitely need some big.
Let's take a look at the play of the game. It is presented by Smart Local 85 and Vakari Swain in the first half, making the magic. Running down the sideline, the South Carolina signee, Vakari Swain, with our Smart Local 85 play of the game.
Certainly was.
Haven't seen much of Vakari here in the second half. He had 5 catches for 99 yards and that 46-yard touchdown right there for our player of the game.
Yes, he was very impressive in the first half. We see him here on defense, though.
Which, signed as an athlete, my guess is he's going to play corner in Columbia.
Be a good thing to see, and they're running the ball here, surprisingly.
Interesting play call right here with the clock against you.
Really agree with that.
Did not get out of bounds, so the clock will continue to run for Roper.
Yeah, I didn't understand that play call.
No, not at all. Unless you're just trying to element of surprise, they're bringing heavy rush.
I'm assuming. Because like you said, the clock's against you.
You need yards in a short amount of time.
You do.
3rd down. Pump fake. Guthrie going to take off and run. He's going to be dropped at the 47-yard line.
119.
Tyson Brown with another big tackle in the open field. And now 4th down. Clock stops. Timeout must have been called.
Yes.
Yeah, American team takes the timeout. And time now to salute our player of the game, presented by Rome and Floyd County. And it is American quarterback Ben Guthrie out of Alpharetta, 14 for 24 passing, 210 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But right now, looks like his team going to come up short.
Yeah, just real quick on Guthrie, I thought he had a great game, really put some good tape out there. He showed that he can extend plays, make great throws off the run. He was impressive all day today, hitting strikes down the field, 64-yard strike to Ethan Christian. See what he can do here. The game kind of winding down, but he was impressive all day long.
It'll be interesting to see. Does he get bigger offers? Tufts, Birmingham, Southern, Barry, they've all offered. Will there be a bigger offer for him now as he's wrapping up his high school football career here today in the Georgia Elite Classic? 4th down, heavy rush. Guthrie gets away with it and throws. It's complete. Got to pick up some more yards to get the first. They do. And a nice catch and run by Darrell Bland right there. He caught it about 4 yards shy of the stick and came and got the first down.
Yeah, that was impressive for him, knowing what his kind of sticks are, running forward instead of see a lot of players kind of run laterally, got right up the field and got the first down.
So clock continues to run. Less than a minute now. They need a quick score and then a miracle.
Yes.
Guthrie to the outside they go. Christian, did he catch it and drop? They're going to rule it incomplete.
It's a great drive on the ball there for Manny Gomez, the Christian DB, not allowing Christian to get a clean catch. About 44 seconds left. Time is kind of ticking off the clock here for the American side.
2nd down and 10. Highly unlikely with no onside kick allowed that you're going to be able to get the ball back even if you score here. But you still want to finish strong, still want to finish this drive off and get some more points on the board.
Yes.
Even though the likelihood that you're going to be able to win this game is very slim at this point. Guthrie guns it again, throws it behind Christian.
Guthrie's pass is incomplete.
It's going to set up a 3rd and 10.
Down to 37 seconds to go. Junior All-Stars are coming up next.
Who are you looking forward to seeing in that one, Matt?
Oh, wow, I'd have to pull out my spot board to remind myself. I've called so many different players, but certainly Reese Fountain, the quarterback for Rome, Cam Robinson, the running back we saw who was so instrumental in Mill Creek's run to the state championship. A lot of great players in that junior game. Ball batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, were you able to call that game when they played Carrollton?
Yes,
Carrollton?
I did. Yep.
How impressed were you with just, I think it was like 5 touchdowns.
5 and 55, yep. 5 touchdowns and 50. It was insane.
Right. How was that for you calling it?
I mean, it's kind of surreal. You're just kind of like, are you kidding me? Was someone going to play some defense here? And Justin Content, who had one of those touchdowns, the 80-yard touchdown pass catch for Mill Creek in that 5 for 55, is going to be playing in the junior game.
Wow. Well, that's going to be really good to see what he's able to do. But no, that game was incredible. I heard Lewis, the freshman phenom, threw for 531 yards.
Yep.
It's a great game.
In a losing effort.
Right.
And his team lost by 35 points.
You definitely don't see that every day.
No.
Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
I think you saw some great storylines this year. I mean, you've seen kind of the Gainesville program under first-year head coach Josh Niblett. They get all the state final. Carrollton moves up to 7A. They make it all the way to the state final, trading blows back and forth with Mill Creek, who just looked dominant. Ever since their Buford loss, they just looked dominant. Defensively, they were kind of firing on all cylinders, and they held tough in the first half, but they kind of just pulled away there in the second. But those two stories I thought were great this season.
Yeah, and Josh Lovelady told us, that loss to Buford, you never like to lose, but that was a good thing for his team.
Yep. Helped
them reset and refocus, and you were exactly right. They were a different team after that Buford loss on October 14th. Didn't lose again. It was the only loss of the year. Guthrie does run for the first down to keep the game going.
Guthrie carries for a first down.
In the Alpharetta story, talking about Ben Guthrie, the Alpharetta story, them getting back, this is the best season they've had since the days of Josh Dobbs.
That's a great point. I think Jason Curvin, he's doing a great job there as the head coach. I talked to him a couple times this season, and he really, I think, has a good pulse on that program. I think he can really optimize kind of their potential. And they got a lot of good young players coming back. Obviously, you're going to lose your quarterback, Guthrie. You're going to need some young guys to kind of step up. But I think he got something, brewing over there.
Yep, the Alpharetta story was certainly a good one this year. A team that rebounded and made the playoffs, was a factor in the region. Those were all great things. All those storylines were really good storylines this year.
For sure. Another one I wanted to run by you, too. What did you think about the big upset that happened this year? 7A kind of power. Well, they moved up to 7A. They were 6A powerhouse, three straight state titles in Buford.
Yeah.
Upsetted by Walton.
Yeah.
What did you think about that game?
It'll be interesting to see, but my guess it's kind of going to be like I just said with Josh Lovelady.
Yeah.
I think with Brian Appling, knowing how great a coach he is, that's going to be a reset for that program, because they had been on such a roll, almost to the point that people like us, certainly me, we're beginning to think they're unbeatable, that no one can beat them. And Walton did a great job. Daniel Bruner's team stepped up there. Jeremy Heklinski, who has since committed to Wake Forest in the offseason, led them to the victory. I think that's going to be a big reset for that Buford program. It's going to galvanize the program. They're going to come back harder than ever in the offseason.
I agree.
They got a super junior class. Edric Houston, guys like that.
Joseph
KJ Bolden.
Edwards.
Yeah, KJ Bolden. All those guys, they're going to be stronger than ever, and I think from an emotional and psychological standpoint, they're going to be tougher than ever because of that loss. They'll learn from it, just like the Mill Creek program learned from their loss to Buford and was able to use that as a springboard to their first state championship.
I agree with you. Sometimes, like as you mentioned, you just need that reset. But I'll be honest, I was really impressed with the Walton program this year, what they were able to do. They hung tough with a Mill Creek team that won it all, lost 44-41.
Sure did.
Heklinski really impressed me in the Corky Hill last year, or this past season, throwing for 400+ yards, 4 touchdowns. And he kind of was a guy under the radar and just kind of picked up steam, played in the Georgia Elite Classic last year. And now we see a guy that now is a 3-star, major time player.
Maybe the last play of the game right here. Guthrie fires for a touchdown. A 4-touchdown day for Ben Guthrie in the Georgia Elite Classic. Great way for that young man to cap a phenomenal senior season.
You talk about elevating your stock, and you talk about putting out some good tape. Ben Guthrie has done that today. His 4th touchdown, second to Ethan Christian. He has done the same thing here today. I think he has over 150+ yards receiving. I mean, just great there. They're obviously not going to get the win, but Guthrie put out some good tape today, really showed that he can be elusive in the pocket, extend plays, look downfield, and hit strikes down the field all game long. So really impressed.
What a phenomenal performance by our player of the game, Ben Guthrie. Going to cap it with a touchdown here at the end. It's not going to change who wins or loses, but on a game where a lot of it's about the individual performance woven within the team performance, and he throws a 2-point conversion on the final pass of his high school football career. 38-36, the final score. The National beats the American. Nige,
that was a pleasure.
Yeah,
yes,
man, we had a lot of
fun.
And we saw a great game. Ben Guthrie put on a show, but the National beats the American. Stick around. We got 2 more games to go here in Rome. The Junior All-Stars will be coming up next.
Dang, where you get this car?
You need to join the union.
The union?
Absolutely. You can get 10 of these.
Union construction workers earn the highest wages with the best benefits and the most protection in the construction industry. Find your career in construction. Go to GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com and start your future today.
Tailgate Show brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. I'm Kaylee Mansell with special guest, the Floyd County Commissioner, Scotty Hancock. Scotty, we've got you back for another year. I don't know how we keep talking you into doing it, but you always do a great job. Now tell me a little bit about the responsibilities that you do as Commissioner.
Well, as a Commissioner, my main responsibility is I'm the Chair of Public Safety this year. So we serve on 7 different committees. That's the one that my big committee that I'm the chair of. So basically, our responsibilities are to take care of the citizens, take care of the tax base, and figure out what the tax digest is. And there's a lot of different things that go along with that. It'd take me all day to tell you everything.
So within your position, how does that kind of relate to what we do here at Georgia Elite? What does Georgia Elite impact when it comes to your role specifically?
Well, the economic impact is huge. from this. I mean, I was out and about yesterday. I went to lunch at the barbecue place, and there was folks everywhere in there. You know, I talked to several people that said they have been frequenting our restaurants, and our hotels are full. And it's just it's a great thing to do to bring. It's an opportunity for our athletes too, our local athletes, as well as the economic impact on our community. It's really, really strong.
And we do have a lot of parents here today and people that are saying, you know, this is